champ of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, champ.
Yo. We back again. You know we never slacking off. Judah Ben. Yo. Ladies and gents, get prepared for another greater event. If you never linked, then make an attempt. On Fridays, there's really no other way to be spent. Tune in, hit the link, and leave likes and comments. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Here we bring sports and entertainment weekly. They break it down deeply. Come peep me as I spit, leave most confused. Pay attention while I introduce the host and crew. Starting off, we got Tommy the host. He plugged in, his predictions transparent like a ghost. Yo, I think that he been doing this the most. He first joined in March 2013. His resume was first seen. Then we got the co-host, Mr. Socrates. His analogy surgical like a doctor squeeze. The live show was nasty like a dirty beer. Tommy and Sock, they've been friends for over 30 years. Peep me, we got the final host, D-Free from out of DC. You need to wake up, you sleepy. If you checking out the live and you feel the vibes, like the video, subscribe, get notified. Take a picture cause this moment should be polarized. Tommy's legacy and resume is notarized. Whether it's Friday or Saturday, he going live. Click the bell and I promise you'll get notified. Yeah. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Friday and Saturday. Tune in. They're going live late. Word them up. Shout
Yo, what's good? What's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. It's on Friday, the last day of February, and tomorrow, first day of March 2025. I feel like 2025 is going by real quick, already in the third month of the new year, turning into the old year. A lot of stuff happening. We got a lot of news going on. Let's get to it. I mean, I got a couple of things I want to talk about. Something in baseball, something in football. Then we're gonna go into boxing. We got wrestling. Soccer's coming up. I got my Sports Talk Network brothers. They may come up, and we're gonna, we got the big fight this weekend here in New York City in the Barclays in Brooklyn. Tank Davis taking on Lamont Roach. Couple good fights in the undercard. We'll talk about that as well. But first things first, let me introduce one of my main mans and one of my good friends, and of course my co-host, D Free. What is good, D Free? What's going on, bro?
What's going on, Thomas?
Chilling, man. How's everything? We got a few things we're going to talk about. Just want to give some news on some upcoming things that are about to happen in the Sports Talk Network on this page and on your page. We got a few things going on. Let me see who's in the chat real quick. Marky Dan, Chop Cheese Tommy. What's good with you, Marky Dan? And my man Dub Right Side. What's good, Dub? Dub Right Side. Respectfully. And the guy that's always out of order, Mr. BVO Boxing. And then Dub, of course, he's gonna say, I might be out of order. What's good? So I want to get into it before we start talking boxing because that's the main focus here on this channel. But we do talk other sports as well. I love baseball. I talk a lot about baseball. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm from the Bronx. Big news today. Little not big as in not good, but kind of sad. Not sure what's going to happen. My New York Yankees, Louis Gill, the American League Rookie of the Year, had some tightness in his shoulder. They shut him down. He's supposed to get an MRI on his shoulder. That's not a good look. The Yankees coming in with a, kind of restructured new starting rotation. They already have Garrett Cole, who was out most of last year, came on strong in the second half. We Cy Young 2 years ago. Rondon, who's been kind of on and off. He's been injury prone in the past. Last year was a good year for him. We signed newly addition Max Fried. He's with the Yankees in the rotation. He's going to probably be our number 3 last year with the Atlanta Braves. He was 11-10 with a 3.25 ERA, 1.16 WHIP with 166 Ks and 174 innings. And And then they'll finish the rotation with Clark Smith. If Louis Gill cannot start off the season, they'll probably head over to and bring up the troublesome Marcus Stroman, and Stroman, who's been kind of giving lip, not liking the way they kind of managed and then put him, into the bullpen and didn't have him in the playoff roster. So be interested to see what happens. It would kind of stink if Louis Gill had to miss some time. He was kind of, our bright lights last year for the Yankees. So the reason I bring this up is that because we're going to start bringing in some baseball content eventually, especially on this channel. And we're almost close to the opening day. March 18 is the opening day in Tokyo, Japan. The Cubs and Dodgers, they kick off the season, while the rest of it'll be the 18th and 19th, and the rest of the season will start on the 27th, respectively, 27, 28 in their home stadium. So already March tomorrow. Basically, in another hour here on the East Coast, March begins, and we're already into baseball season. And then I wanted to touch up on something. Oh, shout out to let me get to the chat. My man Crush in the building. What's good, Crush? The Jab Jamboree. Salute to you. Thanks for coming through. And of course, my main man, Mr. Shelton. What are you in here lying about? I'll be lying about everything. So you already know. And I'll get to the rest of the comments in a minute. Jamie, hello, Jamie. Thanks for coming through. How you doing? I hope everything is well. But I wanted to touch on this. The NFL Combine started yesterday, I believe. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Today, they were focusing more on the tight ends. I want to focus just on one tight end. Anybody that watch football, follow football for years like I have, you know who Jason Taylor is, or who Jason Taylor was with the Miami Dolphins. He was a all-pro defensive end for the Dolphins. Well, he has a son who played with the LSU, and he's a potential first-round pick. He's probably the best tight end in the draft. We're talking about Mason Taylor. I'm just going to show you a little clip of Mason. Clip.
There's Mason Taylor.
See how smooth he does it. Everything he does is pretty darn smooth. Look, he's not
right on
off
that
the line.
Look at that. That's
he is
what we
painting.
call a gauntlet dart of a line.
Look at the line.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that thing.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen this before. That
is
gauntlet,
phenomenal.
Man. You couldn't even tell the difference between the 35-yard line and his route.
Yeah, this kid is going to be special. I think he's going to be a pretty solid tight end. This draft, D3, has some good tight ends coming into the league. The tight end from, I believe, Penn State. He's supposed to be a stud too. Can't get the name off the top of my head, but maybe you can help with that. But this is going to be a nice tight end heavy draft.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's a nice tight end draft, and it's a nice defensive line draft. They got a lot of defensive tackles coming out this year. I think the defensive tackle position might be the deepest in this draft of all positions. There's a lot of nice defensive tackles coming out. A couple of nice defensive ends as well, the edge rushers, but mostly the middle of the defensive line. There's a lot of great talent coming out this year. So it's going to be a lot of people that you're going to see probably in the first 3 rounds pick up a lot of interior linemen.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about it. I think D3 has been coming up with some lists. I believe he did a live, or I think he did a video a few weeks ago about the free agents, and now we're going to do we're going to get into like doing the position players and like who could be the potential first round picks, who to look out for, what moves are being made. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk a little bit of football. The NFL draft is April 24th to the 26th. So we got some time. So now we're going to focus on the combine. Maybe we'll do some combine reports on some of the players that are being highlighted, in this upcoming draft. I dropped the link. Give me a second, guys. I see you backstage. We're going to get into it when we get into the boxing, but let me just shout out the rest of the people in the chat. Dub says we got to get the draft show together. Definitely. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Definitely going to do that. Dub knows. Dub is going to come up in a minute. He's backstage. He knows his stuff in football. We had a nice little conversation when Notre Dame and Georgia were about to play. And, he definitely knows his stuff. So it's going to be we're going to, we're not just talking boxing here, man. We got our stuff in football, respectfully, and baseball as well. So Stop stealing from us. We need a salary cap. Yankees got too much money. It's not just the Yankees. The Mets are starting to spend a lot of money too. They outbidded the Yankees for the first time. Who outbids the Yankees? And they took Juan Soto from us. Who does that? So the tides have turned as far as money. They got an owner now that he doesn't care. He's going to spend a lot of money. So Marky Dan says, where this link? Yeah, I see you guys are going to come up. Mason Taylor's going to be a beast. PGH, Big Dog, what's going on, bro? Salute to you. Thanks for coming through. And yeah, I'm going to bring everybody up right now. So we got a lot to talk about boxing-wise. So I don't know where you guys want to begin. I'm going to go to D-Free first, but here's what I got. And if you guys got anything before I introduce the rest of you guys, give me a second. We got a bunch to talk about. We got last week's fights, which I know you guys covered. We could go into that and zoom through that. But I want to focus more on Turkey and your opinions on what you saw with Turkey. We got the fights tomorrow. We got a big lawsuit that just came up in the New York Post. Was in the New York Post yesterday with Top Rank being sued by William Keane. I mean, I want to talk a little bit about that as well. I mean, so there's a bunch of things to talk about. Shout out to my man Dub Rightside, who's on the panel. Thanks for coming through. My man Marky Dan, thanks for coming through. We're going to try to go and be respectful and let everybody take a turn. And D-Free, you're going to be the leadoff hitter like my man Ricky Henderson. Take us away, Rick. D-Free. What we're going to go off with first?
Hey, I mean, we could start with the. I think we could start with the fights this weekend, because I think when we get into that lawsuit, I think it's going to be a lot of layers to uncover. So let's start with the fights this weekend, because we pretty much been hitting on that all week. So it's pretty much down to just making our picks.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the first fight on the main card. I ain't really worried about the prelims as much. The first fight on the main card is J. Rock Williams versus I keep forgetting how to pronounce the dude's name.
The Cuban, right? Yes.
Yeah, the Cuban dude. He's 9-0 with 7 knockouts. I'm gonna go with the Cuban. I think he stopped J Rock probably between round 7 and round 9. I think he stopped J Rock. J Rock has been a little inactive. I think he's coming off I want to say a 2-year layoff. And he's getting in there with a guy who can punch, and he's a young guy, and he's trying to make his name known. And what better way to do it but doing it against one of the older guys from 54? And I think he's gonna stop J Rock.
Okay.
We can go to Dub.
Marky Dan and Dub, you can chime in.
Same thing. J Rock, I think he's had a glass jaw for a long time now. I can't even remember the last time he fought. This guy, Tellez, never seen him fight, but I just looked at the record of one of the dudes he beat. That guy, Johan Gonzalez, he's gonna be fighting on the card against Jared Hurd. So yeah, I'm just gonna be picking against Julian's chin. That's really it.
That's pretty much what I'm going to do as well. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think J Rock's best years are well behind him, and he's always been known to be chinny. I think he's been stopped 3 times already in his career. He's got 4 losses. I think 3 of the 4 losses has been stoppage, if not 4 losses. But I'm almost positive 3 of the 4 losses he has were stoppages. Him being stopped. And this guy, I haven't seen much of this guy. All I know is that he can crack, and that's not a foundation with J Rock. So, so to be respectfully fair, I'm going to admit that I don't know too much about this guy, but I'm gonna go with him just based off that Julian Williams is kind of on the decline right now.
Yeah. Dub, you there?
No, I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm being patient.
Oh, you was next. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the
Well,
right side is in order for once.
well, first things first. Shout out to my brother Thomas from the Bronx, man. Salute, family. Much
Chop
love and
cheese,
respect.
Salute to
Tommy.
you.
Shout out to my brother D Free, Marky Dan, as always. The chat. Thomas, you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
gonna ask you. You know what I'm gonna say. Where's this individual? I'm gonna be respectful to your show. Where's
I
this
didn't-
individual at? Where's
eh,
ATL unbiased, what the man name is? Where's this man at with my damn money? That's it.
all I know
Where's this
is
man at?
I met him one time, right? And but he came on through 3 feet D Free's channel. So D Free, did you go live on yours or
Nah,
you didn't
I'm driving, so I didn't get a chance to
Well,
put mine up.
okay.
we don't give a damn. We don't care. We really don't care where he at. We really don't care.
Respectfully.
Hold on. I just gotta say this.
Yeah.
The man is out of order, and when I see him, we're gonna call him out of order accordingly.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
I'm done with that piece of it.
But respectfully, I mean, Dub right side, things are getting more expensive in this world.
Hold on.
I sent the money. I sent the money first.
Sugar cane. This is not the islands, bro. We need our money.
Hold on. I sat
I'm
on the
just
panel.
saying,
I
have
sat
some
on the panel.
compassion.
And
That's
matter
all
of fact,
I'm
I
saying.
believe it was Sock. Sock was like, damn,
He
Doug.
said, don't send me the money. I'ma steal it. You didn't hear him.
No, he didn't say that.
Nah,
He
Sock
said, don't send me the money.
No. That
Damn.
wasn't him. That wasn't him who said that. But
Oh, that wasn't him?
Sock said, he was like, bruh, well, hey, at least you a man of your word, this, that, whatever. And that brother said, I'm gonna be a man of my word too. And that what he stood on. So I'm out of order for even bringing it up on my brother's show. Look,
Well, we'll give him some
Hey,
time.
hold on. This is two
to be
straight
fair,
shows. He brought that up, man.
But to be fair, BVO and Dub, it's only been 1 week. Let's give him some time.
Just think about it. It could be like me. It's been how many weeks NFL season been over?
With $20, bro, and I cashed out you $20.
No, you did. I like how you
did.
said that. You didn't send me no $20. I like how Tommy did that. You ain't send me no $20. That sounds good.
I'm gonna send you another $20 to cover.
Oh, here we go. Now you go.
Cover Worm. That's Worm.
Hey, Fat Joe, you ain't send me nothing.
But I haven't.
Not BVO out of order. Not BVO out of order. He out of order.
Hold on. Let me say this. I'm gonna get my.
Let me finish my opening statement.
Yeah, but when Sock gets on, we'll see what's up with Worm because he's more in contact with Worm than I am. So
all right, we will see. Shout out to my brother Sock. Look,
right side starting some rockets.
Second thing is you out of order, man. The Yankees ain't gonna be able to do nothing with the Braves, so you out of order. You out of order for that. And
Indians gonna win it all, man. Stop the game.
Here we go with the BVO, man. I ain't waste your damn time, so don't waste.
There is no team called the Indians anymore.
He out of
order.
My
bad. The Guardians, my bad. The Guardians.
I don't even know what they call it no more. They so damn sensitive.
Man, they the goddamn Indians.
Anyway, and my third point, real quick, we got to get this draft show together because I know my brother Thomas. I know BV. I almost said BVO because BVO don't know shit about football. Shout out to my brother D Free. Hey Marky, I don't know if you know anything about American football. He might think we're talking about soccer. So and I say that respect.
Dub right side. All
right. Hold on, Mark. Let me get my opening statement off.
My bad. Go ahead.
I'm out of order. That's okay. Jay called me out. In a second. Moving forward. And I think we should focus on some of these other topics more than boxing because boxing is starting to get a tad bit boring. But this weekend, I don't know Tellis. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know Gonzalez. I'm picking both of them right now. J Rock and Jared Hurd. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm picking them because I think that J Rock and Jared Hurd, they need to get the hell out of the sport. They out of order, man. They don't need to be. They finna get hurt if they keep doing what they doing. And especially when you fighting punchers, man, it don't. We done seen what happened to certain fighters. So all I'm saying, I hope this the end of their career. And I say that respectfully, but I don't want to see them in the ring no more because we done seen them get hit enough. We done seen them take enough punishment, enough damage. And at the end of the day, this ain't a sport that you play, right? So I understand you get paid from it, but I just hope y'all have other things set up because I don't want to see you go in there and continuously take shots because it seems like, and once again, I ain't seen these brothers fight, but I'm just listening to D-Free. I'm listening to Marky.
Leo.
And they saying that, hey, these are punches that these guys are fighting. And when you get up in age like that, I don't want to see older guys fight punches like that because that could really be bad for your health. And as much as I love the sport, I don't want to see nobody get
So are
taken
you
out.
saying you want to see them get beat to death one more time so that it doesn't happen anymore?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You sound like
Okay, I
BBO,
see.
man. You sound like BBO. Stop.
Who, me?
Man, we about
Hey.
to change this from sports talk to the 3 putts.
Well, I'll say this though, because Dub take all day. I think J-Rock, I hope he's okay. Because usually when you come back at this age, you need money. I hope he's okay. I know that Swift is probably going to win. I got El Rayo possibly getting a stoppage against Russell. We all know Tank is going to beat the waves off of Lamont Roach. So, and I think this. I really think that Puyo is going to beat Sandor Martin. I really do. So that's kind of my thoughts on that.
I'm going to agree with you there because I don't hear a lot of people picking Puello. I'm picking Puello too. I think the inactivity for Martin
Really
is just because Martin's been. Give me a second. I'm going to give you a reason why. I said Martin. They've both been kind of inactive, but Martin has been more inactive. He didn't fight the entire 2024 year. Then he took 2 fights in 2023 against pretty much nobodies.
No, that's what I'm saying. People are picking against Puello.
I've been hearing people, picking Puello over. Picking Sandor over Puello. I like Puello in this fight.
Anybody picking Puello over Sandor or anybody picking Sandor Martin over Puello, they out of order. And Sandor,
it's going to be.
Hold on, and I understand, and I'm gonna let you cook. I want to hear you break this down. But Puello is gonna be the bigger fighter. He's gonna be the come forward fighter. He has the better jab. Sandor Martin does a hell of a job countering, right? But he want to fight off the back foot, and what's going to end up happening, he's going to get his ass on the ropes or in the corner. I don't know which one it's going to be, but that's where he's going to end up at, and he's going to get, as my brother BVO would say, he's going to get beat to death.
But supposedly he's been sitting on his punches more, and he wants to, he did get knockouts, right? I mean, he fought guys that I don't know who he fought, right? Nobodies, and he got stoppages, I believe, again in both those fights. And in this fight, they've been talking about him, sitting on his punches more, and they're going to go for the knockout. So, I mean, that's kind of surprising, and I think that's not going to be the right fight to against.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Because I'm picking Alberto as well, but I'm gonna say Alberto gets the knockout. I think Alberto gets the stoppage in round number 9. Round number 9.
I don't think that's out on the limb, Free. I think that's very plausible.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Sandor, one of them dudes, he's not gonna let himself get knocked out. He gonna run.
You know what though? Sandor is good, but he get a lot of credit for what he could have did or what he should have did. I mean, Mikey Garcia was 115 years old when he beat him.
That's not true.
He knocked Tio down twice. He didn't finish the job. We should have stopped Tio. So you got to finish the job, man. It's like Jay-Z said it best, man. You got to finish your breakfast, man. And he hasn't done that. So I think Pulo's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna go in there, box, and get him out of there. I mean, if Sandor wins, it's a good fight because Sandor made Devin Haney run to 147. So let's not forget that Martin is that guy when he had guys running from him.
And not BVO out of order. Not he out of order. He out of order. We got to call it out.
Nobody does more blindside hits or blindside jabs than BVO. Nobody does. It comes out of nowhere. Shout out to my man, underrated darkness. And my man Brian Corber, salute to you guys. Thanks for
Oh
coming.
wow,
Hold on,
that's the two darkest guys on YouTube. Shout out,
this
shout
is the
out
ultimate
BC.
troll.
Shout out to my man, Underrated Darkness. Those are the two darkest men in the tri-state area, man. Shout out to both y'all, man.
The biggest troll that we've ever seen in the boxing YouTube community. Respectfully.
Hey, what I would say is this is one of the times that I gotta kind of agree with BBO, because if it wasn't for Sandor Martin being the mandatory, Alberto Puyo wouldn't have the WBC belt. So I gotta somewhat agree with BBO.
Yeah,
he's an awkward fighter. He's awkward.
Well, Free, it wouldn't be the first time you was out of order, so make it two then. We ain't got no problem.
Hey, I have no problem. I have no problem with it getting out of hand.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see a stoppage in this fight, though. I don't think we'll see a stop. I think you'll see 12 rounds. Whether or not we're going to see an entertaining 12 rounds or a boring 12 rounds, that's what's pretty much up for debate, in my opinion. So just another fight in this card that.
Hold on, real quick. I want to ask you, TD. I want to ask you.
Yeah.
When you say you don't see the stoppage, and I can see where you're coming from, but I want to be clear on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you would consider Sandor Martin a crafty veteran, right?
Yes.
He's a crafty veteran. He know how to survive. So I can see where you're coming from. I do think though, because of even especially in like the TO fight, the man ain't got too much left, in my personal opinion, as far as Sandor Martin go. So I think he's gonna have to actually bang in this fight, because you got to get the victory. Like you got to have a clear victory, in my personal opinion, to win. And you can't sit there and be a crafty veteran and survive to think that you're gonna win this damn fight.
You know what I will say though, Dub, that I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to all the people affected by the LA wildfires. I know you guys lost a lot, man. So we praying for y'all, man. Definitely want to give a big shout out to everybody for the LA wildfires, man. And I want to shout out the Bronx. I heard the Bronx burned down. So anybody in the Bronx, man, I want to send you my love, man. I heard the Bronx burnt down.
Thank you for that. But you know what I want to add to? I just want to ask a question. I'm not too sure about this. Is Sandor Martin signed with PBC? Is he
doing a free? No. They got him as a free agent deal.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I can see, you know, them keeping, both titles in the in the PBC, right? The winner of Rayo and Russell, and then Puello, so you could have a potential rematch with Puello and Antoine Russell, to unify.
They're gonna pull a Turkey. They're gonna pull a Turkey on us.
It's a possibility. I'm just saying, but they're both under the PBC banner, so it'll make it a little easier. So you got to give. That's why he's saying like Puello could get kind of the edge in in a decision if the fight is close. That's why I wanted to know if Martin was a free agent or if it's like a one fight deal or what. So I was just curious about that, because that will sway the decision as well.
I ain't mad at that.
Hey, we seen that with TF where he beat Zepeda and they gave it to him. I mean. Yeah, we just seen that.
Yeah, that's another travesty. But let's go to the next fight then. I guess the fight that's probably, to me, I think the best fight in the card, Rayo versus Gary Antoine. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I think that's the best fight in this card.
We agree.
You guys disagree. Tell me what you think. But
what do you think? I think Rayo's gonna go in there and batter. Russell, I think the thing that we got to remember with Russell, he smothers his work a lot. And I think he's been more active, but I think a guy like Rayo has an edge in trainer. I think if he can box and kind of limit Gary on that, smothering him, I think he can win this fight pretty easy. Maybe even get a stoppage in the 8th or 9th round.
Oh, okay.
Well, BVO out of order as always. In this fight, I'm picking Antoine to win. I think that it comes down, and we had this conversation a tad bit earlier, but I think the trainers will play a piece in it, but I think Antoine is just a better fighter. I think he's the better fighter, the better inside fighter. I think he carries more power, the better body worker. The only question I have is, does he rush his work? Does he smother himself? and can he listen and take instruction from his corner? If he can do that, I think he wins the fight easily, possibly by stoppage, but definitely by decision. I'm picking Antoine to win.
Okay.
I got Antoine 10th round body shot knockout.
Wow, body shot.
Yep.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see either or, man.
I got
Winning by stoppage in this fight. I'm good. I was favoring Rayo all the way up to today. Now I'm like still 50-50. I mean, I just watched Rayo versus De Los Santos again, and De Los Santos beat him. You know, I'm not gonna
but
say
that's when he
you guys
had
said.
Benavidez Senior
Yeah,
in his
I mean,
ring.
De Los Santos beat Rayo badly. You know, and I can see Gary Antoine doing the same thing. But I'm gonna go with Rayo. I'm just gonna go with Rayo and because of the trainer. I'll just go give him the edge. But I think this is gonna be the most exciting fight. And I can see I don't think this goes past like 5 or 6. I just have a feeling it's gonna be a short night.
Damn, hold on, 5 or
This
6?
is definitely
I feel like it's gonna be a short night.
Hey,
You got Rayo stopping Antoine.
No. I'm favoring Rayo in the fight. But I don't think this fight goes 5 or 6. I don't see
regardless.
I don't see Gary Antoine getting stopped.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just because, but then I haven't really seen, you know, his chin get, you know,
I gotta call you out of order. You out of order.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why I call you out of order.
Can I get my opinion?
We're gonna give you your turn. I apologize, sir. I apologize.
Dub just gotta
out of order.
Well, no, he out of order. This man, and I said respectfully, Thomas. I said
everybody.
Well, that's who I am, respectfully. Look, Thomas, you literally said, and I said, you say you picking El Rayo, but you don't see the fight going past 6, but you don't pick El Rayo to stop Antoine.
I said I favor Rayo. Okay, but I don't see it going past 6. So then I guess
I mean, Gary Antoine ain't a god. He could get stopped. I mean, come on now.
I didn't say he couldn't. I said I'm talking about what the brother said. Respectful to the brother. I'm just talking about what he said.
But how is that out of order opinion? This is boxing.
I'm telling you how. Listen. Just listen to this, Marky. The man said, and I said respectfully, Chief.
You're right. You're right.
I said, but the man said, I'm not picking this fight to go past 5 or 6, but I'm not picking Antoine to get stopped. But I'm picking El Rayo to win.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I see.
So I'm gonna correct myself. Thank you, Doug. And I'm gonna say Rayo in 5 or 6, but I could see it the other way around. I could see Gary stopping him in 5 or 6 as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Corbett again. He asked me I'm actually not. I made the decision like a couple of days ago that I wasn't gonna go. I just don't like the card. I really don't. I don't.
The Lord of Darkness.
Shout out to man Joe Townsend. Salute to you. And my man, the Maniac. The Maniac is going to be in the Barclays tomorrow. What's good? Maniac. He'll be up in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marky.
But I got this is definitely the most competitive matchup on the fight, at least on paper, or excuse me, most competitive fight on the card on paper. I'm also favoring El Rayo to win. Just looking at how Gary Antoine performed against Puello's style, and even looking back at the Rancis Bartholomew fight, Bartholomew gave him some problems when he was moving and jabbing until he got tired and Gary stopped him. I'm not gonna say that Gary can't win this fight. He could definitely, if somebody's gonna get stopped, I see Gary stopping Rayo probably late. But I'm picking El Rayo to win this fight by a majority decision. I just see him outboxing Gary Antoine.
Okay. And that's fair. My man, the Maniac, he says he's got Sandor in a boring decision, and then he also says he's El Rayo also 50-50. I agree with that too. I just slightly favoring Rayo.
I mean, the thing about Rayo, he looks a lot better with his new trainer, man. So
that's a fact.
I'm glad to see him with. It's good. And sometimes it don't work. Some guys don't work out.
Yeah, I agree with
that.
that.
And I don't think Benavidez Senior was that good of a trainer for him because as soon as after that De Los Santos fight happened, he threw him under the bus on a podcast. So I just think it was best for him to get up out of there. And Robert Garcia has really been great for his career.
And let me ask you guys something, and just kind of wondering, would you guys say Tank is more influential in boxing than Canelo at this point?
Well, say that again. I'm sorry.
No, you can't say that. Canelo just got what? He got a 4-fight.
I'm not talking about the money. I'm not talking about the money.
How
I'm
did
talking
we
about
end
as
up on
far as
this?
making the meter move.
How did we end up on this? This ain't got
What
nothing to
you
do with the
mean in
fights this
turn? What
weekend.
do you mean like the meter? Are you talking about
The
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 culture?
incident,
What are you talking
just the
about?
instant. I'm just saying. It seems like as soon as you hear a Tank card, there's an instant excitement that's not usually in the sport. Have you guys
I mean,
noticed that? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think it's that huge of a. I mean, I can see what you're saying for like the past couple of cards because those were big cards. They had a lot of stars on there, but I haven't felt that for this card.
it's
I'll
only
be
one
honest.
star, but it seemed like it's a big deal. It's almost sold out.
Like that Frank Martin card, that was a big card. Like they had a
Yeah,
lot of people on there, but I haven't felt it for this card.
I'll tell you what. I'm proud of what Tank is doing, man. He's single handedly saving American boxing. Shout out to Tank.
So wait, so let me ask you a question. So since you want to say that, so you're happy with this fight?
With the fight, no, I'm happy to see Tank back in the ring.
And this how we
Okay,
know
that's
BBO out
fair.
of order. This how we know
Yeah,
he out of
that's
order.
fair. That's fair. But you want to see him in his next fight, obviously with a more suitable opponent, right? I can
I didn't
understand
want
it.
to see Mike
No,
Tyson versus some of the guys he fought, but Bruce Shelton and all them guys.
he was a young guy coming up in a heavyweight in a kind of a weak heavyweight division. But I give you an example, and I spoke to somebody about this before. Like I don't mind when a fighter, gives a payday to their friends, right? Right. I
Right.
mean, we've seen this before a number of times, right? But my problem is that this is on a pay. This is a pay-per-view fight on a pay-per-view card, and it's $80. I'm going to give you an example of when. Remember your guy. Oscar De La Hoya. You remember De La Hoya when he did a favor for somebody? He took
Yeah.
and it was not even a pay-per-view. He just did a regular, I think, HBO show when he fought Forbes. Because
Yeah.
Forbes was a guy that he had in his camp that helped with sparring, and he gave him a nice little payday. And that
Yeah.
wasn't pay-per-view. I think he gave it, I think it was
Canelo
free
versus
TV.
Amnesian.
Well, keep
That
it
was
keep
that,
in mind.
I mean, that was a BS fight though. There was no reason that guy should have been in the ring with him.
But I will say this: you got to remember, Oscar gave Floyd a payday by fighting Mo Seven.
No,
So
that's two different. No, but
Nah,
BBO, it's two different scenarios, right? I'm comparing that. I'm comparing Oscar to Forbes. Like Forbes didn't deserve to get in the ring with Oscar. Comparing it to Roach versus Tank. Roach, come on, Roach coming up for 130. He's a 130 WBA champ, taking on the 135. One of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. I mean, I can understand them doing it and maybe just to put on a show, but pay per view $80, no way, bro. And the tickets were ridiculous too.
I think y'all saying that because y'all haven't watched enough of Lamont Roach. I think
No,
if y'all would have seen more of Lamont Roach, y'all wouldn't be upset with the fight. I mean, with the pay-per-view. But because Lamont Roach haven't been televised as much, I think that's the reason why you're saying it. Because
I've seen a few
I
fights with Lamar Rose. I seen
no,
him
but
lose to Jamel
no, what
Herring.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, he's not as televised as Keyshawn Davis, a Shakur Stevenson, Loma Cinco, Tiafimo, Devin Haney, the guys that y'all want to see Tank Davis fight. He's not as televised as those guys. He got more fights than Shakur and Keyshawn, but
mhm.
he's not as televised as those guys. So a lot of people saying Keyshawn deserves a fight with Tank Davis over Lamont Roach and this was before Keyshawn got the title. But Lamont Roach is actually a good fight. He's a good fighter. He only had one loss, and he arguably almost won that fight if he could have just got stepped on the gas. If he had a little bit more time in that 11th round, he could have got Jamel Herring out of there. But I think
Yeah,
it's because he's not being televised as much. That's why people saying, who is Lamont Roach? What has he done and all that? He is a 130 pound champion. He's accomplished what Keyshawn didn't accomplish at the time
but
when they were saying when they were saying Keyshawn, they were saying they wanted to see Tank Davis with Keyshawn. At that time, Keyshawn wasn't a champion. He only had 11 fights, and they wanted to see Keyshawn with Tank Davis.
I understand. I understand that. And I think
are you saying if it was an Emmanuel Navarrete or Oshaki Foster, people would have less of a problem? Because those guys are more televised.
They would have less of a problem. Yeah, they would have less of a problem because they more televised.
But I think D3, I think you answered. I think you answered your own question, and my question is that you're saying that we haven't seen much of Lamont Roach, or people haven't. But then that's another reason why it should not be pay-per-view, bro. And then on top of that, my second thing is that Tank just stopped Hector Garcia. He's fighting Lamont Roach, who barely beat Hector Garcia, a guy that he already stopped. It's just, I don't have a problem with the fight per se, right? As long as the next fight he's fighting somebody that's more worthy of.
Man, how long we gonna say the next fight?
Pay-per-view. There's no way.
But you gotta.
How long we
gonna
say the next fight?
You gotta be fair, Dub, because he tried to make that Lomachenko fight.
We done consistently said the next fight gonna be the best that Tank gonna give us, and he done consistently gave us shit.
Let me see.
But he tried to make the Lomachenko fight, Dub.
That's not true, Dub. That's not true, Dub. Because he was giving us a fight, and somebody decided to duck up out of the back door. So you can't put that on him that we didn't get a chance to see a fight that we wanted to see. You can't put that on him. The guy ducked out of the back door. You had one guy literally ducked out of the back door, and then you had another guy that go sign somewhere else because he didn't want to fight him. So you can't put that on Tank.
Yeah,
but D3, you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Lamont
at least
Roach is not a bad third option. He's not a bad third option from Shakur and Lomachenko. So I'm not gonna put the fire too hard on Tank for this fight. But the next one, absolutely. I want to see a Keyshawn Davis, a Shakur, somebody I care about.
So Marky, let me ask you a question.
Because he's talking about retiring in the next year.
Is Tank fighting Lamont Roach? Is that him fighting Jamel Herring leftovers?
No,
I'm not going to say. You asked me that question yesterday. I told you
I keep asking it for a reason, because when it's other fighters, now they fighting leftovers, but when it come down to this one, it ain't leftovers.
I know who you about to say. You about to say Jose Pedraza. I already know you about to say.
I'm not. See, I ain't even got to say it. You know where I'm going.
I'm not saying he fighting nobody leftover, because I didn't say that Jose Pedraza was Tank leftover. What I said was Jose Pedraza was a shell of himself.
I heard. I ain't saying you free. I heard multiple individuals say that this man was leftovers.
You talking to us though? Don't
agree. I agree 100%. That's why I asked the question. You absolutely correct.
And see, this is the thing. I am not pushing for Tank Davis versus Keyshawn or Shakur anymore. I'm not pushing for it no more. These niggas told everybody in the boxing world that they was not fighting each other, and they got titles. So if ain't nobody pushing for them two to fight, I'm not pushing for Tank to fight him neither.
So let me ask you a question. Here's another question, D. You ready for this one? I don't think you're going to be ready for this question. You ready for this one?
Go ahead.
You're going to pay $80 to see this fight tomorrow?
Yep.
Come on. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I want to see proof. I'm gonna
tell you why I'm paying $80. It's not for the main event. It's for Lil Cuz.
Oh, for you? Okay. Are you? That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, can I be honest, Thomas?
Go. You could be. Of course you can. That's the whole point.
I literally got saved, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I gotta go to Atlanta tomorrow to make some moves. Wait a minute, Sock. Hey, where's your brother at? Respectfully, Sock. Where's your brother ATL? The man still.
That's not his brother. Why are you asking him?
I don't know who brother he is, but the man owed me damn $200. So
Dub. Stop being like that.
Really?
The brother ATL probably got kids. He got to think
who
about the health
cares?
No, but that's
insurance
not
with
the
you
point.
as
Hold
president
on,
in the
hold
office now.
Hold on. Y'all asking the wrong question. The man name is ATL. He's in Georgia with Dub right side.
I'm trying. Hey, and did what I was just saying. Tomorrow, T Hill. I said T Hill. Thomas, I'm not gonna. I don't have to purchase the fight, and the reason I don't is because I ain't gonna be at home to watch it. So I actually get lucky in this situation because I ain't gonna be there to watch the fight. So I'm not purchasing it. I had planned to previously, but I won't have the opportunity to actually sit down and watch it. So I won't be purchasing it, but I was gonna buy the fight anyway. So I ain't gonna lie.
Dub, before I let Sock and introduce Sock, I was planning on going to this fight just because I like boxing and I like to go to the events out here, right?
Yeah.
But I just couldn't do it. The prices for the tickets, even though they went down, by the way, they did go down. It's not worth it, in my opinion, for this card. So I'm not going to do it. Second thing is, I'm not even going to watch this fight in its entirety because I'm going to watch the Elimination Chamber tomorrow. So that's wrestling. So I'll be watching that over the boxing card. Sock, thanks for coming through, Sock. We've been talking Tank and Roach and the card. Tell us a little bit what you think about the card. Make some predictions. I know you like Tank. You've been a Tank fan for a long time. What's your thought process on this?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to the commentary driving back home. A lot of people made some great points. Um, I like it. I agree with you in terms of Valenzuela and Russell probably being the most competitive fight. I think it's a 50-50. I'm leaning towards Valenzuela. I think he's a better boxer. But if Gary Antoine, if he pulled it off, I would not be shocked. But I'm definitely with you on board. That's the best fight. Also, the ticket prices were crazy. I went on Ticketmaster last night just out of curiosity, not that I was going to go, but nosebleeds were 286. And Barclays is a decent arena. I mean, some people, I guess they just, they don't know what they're talking about. But I've heard people say, oh, they like it better than the Garden. It's not the Garden, but it's a nice arena. It's a good venue for fights. But I just don't think this card is worth the money that they're asking. And what's the pay-per-view price? Is it $70?
It's like $80.
No. Well, yeah, it's $79.99, I believe.
Yeah. Real quick, let me introduce my boy, the Bronx, the boxing maniac. Before you cook, Sock's gonna cook. I just want to introduce the maniac to the panel. Go ahead, Sock.
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on?
I was gonna say that. I mean, if it's $80 and the weather's gonna be good tomorrow, and if anybody, you could go to Amazon and pick up some binoculars for less than 20, and you can look through the neighbor's yard and watch the fight. If they're dumb enough to buy. If they're dumb enough to actually buy it.
Damn, you old, Sock. That brother
Hey, hold on. Hey, what you say, Sock? Hey, Sock, we got other options out here. What he said? He said we got other options.
Yeah.
That's how you know Sock is black, man. That's how you know he's black.
You out of order, man. You out of order, man. You out of order. Now you see the biggest racist on the damn show. He the biggest racist on the show.
Hey, ¿qué pasa, hermano?
Maniac, what's good, bro? What's your thoughts about this card? You're gonna be in the building tomorrow.
Absolutely, I'll be in the building.
Salute to the maniac.
Come on. What's up? Everybody on the panel. Shout to y'all, man. Good evening. Late night boxing talk, man. Listen, it's a solid card, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a horrible card because it's not. There's some solid matchups at best, right? Obviously, I think we all in agreement that on paper, at least, the fight of the night is gonna be Venezuela versus Gary Antoine Russell, which is the co-main event. And the opener, man, it sucks because I'm a big J-Rock fan. I know him personally. He's a good dude. And, Father Time is undefeated, man. We know that. He's going up against a young hard puncher, Cuban kid. And we know that in this era, the Cubans are different now. They that we just fight on our back foot and box you to sleep. Nah, we not playing with our fool no more.
Now they
So,
punching.
yeah, they put you exactly. You know what I'm saying? So Tellez is coming to do that, and of course I'll be rooting for J Rock. I hope he pulls it off, man. And I hope I'm wrong, but just looking at J Rock's last couple of performances and his losses, they just been bad losses for him. So it's boxing. Anything could happen, but I think at the end of the day, Tellez is going to get it done about mid-round stoppage at least. Sandor Martin and
hold on, real quick, man. Real quick before you move on, I want to ask you a quick question. I made this point earlier. Even though I ain't got no problem with J Rock, I just think that he's past his time. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he get his ass whooped in this fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know you just hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Unnecessary dick riding, according to somebody. The reason I do is because I think, man, I don't want to see the man take no more damn punishment. I'm a fan of the brother. I'm a fan of him, but at this current moment in time, I don't want to see him take no more punishment. You think I'm out of order for thinking it, for looking at it that way?
Absolutely not, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you're right.
I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it.
I mean,
he's an Eagle fan, probably.
Yeah, I just think that again we seen, if you've been watching J Rock, he just been on the decline. I don't think we can say he hasn't. So it's tough, man. These are the kind of fights they put these veterans in with. And this is kind of like, yo, listen, his farewell party. And I hope it doesn't end bad for him. I feel you the way you feel. I respect it.
Right
at the end of the day,
I really don't hope it end bad for him. I just, man, I don't want to see the man take no more damn punishment. I done watched this man take plenty of punishment in his career. He done had a great career. And I think the brothers, they said earlier, Father Time is undefeated. So
absolutely.
I don't want to see him in the ring taking punishment like that. And then it ain't like he go, and it's crazy because I haven't even seen Tellez fight like that. I ain't seen that brother fight. To be quite honest with you, and I follow the sport of boxing very closely, but I haven't seen that brother fight. And from what I'm hearing, with him being a big puncher, bro, I don't want to see this man take any big punches. I don't think.
Well, I'm saying,
I think he's above.
I'll just say this, Dub. All this blame.
Last point. I think he's
one at a time, guys.
I think he put his work in the sport, and I think he deserves to go out better than this. And I don't want to see him go out like this. But at the same time, hey, if this is what you're gonna choose, then I don't want to see you take no more damage. I say it respectfully.
Why you can't root for the man to win the fight? Why you got to root for him to get beat to death? That's why
I ain't rooting for him to get beat to death. I'm rooting for the man to get an understanding that, hey, boxing ain't here no more. This ain't for me. That's all.
Well, sometimes you gotta get a whooping to understand that. When you get that belt,
that's why
hey man.
Manny Pacquiao had his wife feeding him porridge, and he still wanted to fight. So I mean, I don't know.
And the good thing with J Rock, man, he's made smart investments. He has property in Philly, so I know he ain't starving for money. I mean, we can always use more money. Ain't nobody gonna say no to that. But I like you said, man, I really don't want to see him get beat up. Because I am a fan of his, and we all got our bias when it comes to certain fighters, but I keep it real at the end of the day, and I just don't think he's going to win this fight, and I feel he's going to get stopped, in the late to mid round. So, we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully that's not the case, and if he loses, that it'll be a tough fight, but we'll see what happens, man. But Sandor Martin, Alberto Puello, I think this is the fight that definitely has the making of boo when we get to the third, fourth round, where people going to just go start rolling dice in the bathroom and just smoke their weed because stylistically, Puello and Sandor Martin are both fighters that don't like to, engaged. They don't initiate offense. They're more counter punchers than offensive fighters. So who's gonna be the one to initiate tomorrow, and how aggressive are they gonna be?
Puello gonna step in that fight. He gonna step.
Well, I hope so.
And the only reason I say that is because we know what Sando Martin is gonna do to Manic, and I say it respectfully. I'm a fan of Sando Martin. I think that man can fight, but at the same time, he can box.
Man,
the
he
man
could
he's not
dance.
carrying no power, and I think Puello gonna step. He gonna because why wouldn't you? You ain't got no reason not to, and I do think that some of that is gonna fall into Sando Martin into his wheelhouse as far as fighting off the back foot, countering, doing that type of thing. But with the reach, and I said it earlier, I think he's gonna end up Sando Martin. He's gonna end up on the damn ropes or in the corner, and that ain't where he's gonna want to be. I believe that where he end up in this fight. I'm picking Puello by stoppage.
Hey man, shout out to
Puello by
Dub, man.
stoppage. Wow.
Well,
Okay. I mean, look.
let me ask y'all something real quick because I don't think Dub let nobody else get in here. With this fight being at the price point you guys see, is this good or bad for boxing? What do you guys think?
Wait, say that
I
again.
don't
You
Well,
think
saying
it's
the price of the ticket or the price of the pay per
The
view?
price point of the tickets. Do you think that's good for boxing or bad?
Well, Tank is a seller, man. That's one thing we can't take from him, right? He just sells, man. Regardless of the opponent, people want to see him, right? Because they know what Tank brings at the end of the day. He brings excitement, and more than anything, he brings that knockout. When you watch football, you want to see them throw the long pass, that Mahomes throwing the ball over the field. You want that offense. In basketball, you want to see the dude that 360 dunk taking it to the hole. You want to see that. Boxing
I
is no
got you. What you
different.
think about it, Sock? Because you've been a little quiet. What you think about it, Sock?
Well, Tank is probably the number one American-born ticket seller. I mean, him and Ryan Garcia. I mean, I don't think you can name anyone else American-born.
Terrence
So,
Crawford.
you know,
No,
Well,
Terrence
Terrence
No.
Crawford.
nah,
Crawford like,
he ain't
Terrence
moving
Crawford
units
can't
like
sell
that.
out churches, man.
He ain't moving. Maybe Nebraska.
yeah, but not
You
yeah.
know,
Maybe
Well,
in
you know, he
Nebraska,
had his
but he's
tickets
not a
on.
big.
His
I
tickets
mean,
on
I
He's
don't
not a
know.
Groupon.
big ticket seller.
Every Bud fight I see seems to be packed out.
Well, that's
although
because
he, I mean, he has
you in
fought
the
at the
islands.
Garden. He has
I
fought in
mean,
the
you're on
Garden, but
black and white TV, so it look a little different.
Hey, well, you're a
you know,
racist, so is that?
Well, I'll say this, but from what you're seeing, Sock, now you've been around a long, long, long time. Have you ever seen a guy get this popular without any unifications or any big legacy fights?
well, I think it's like what the young man had mentioned earlier. I can't remember his name. He spoke before me. Tank brings an excitement. He he has tapped into the fan base that the same fan base like Zab Judah. You know that young 18 to 30 urban fan base. You know, Tank is relatable to a lot of people. And also, when he's in the ring, he's not putting you to sleep like Shakur. He's putting you to sleep like NyQuil. You know, and people like that. This is a violent sport. You know, he is. You know, he can lose every round, and then just you blink or you go get some chips, and the guy's knocked out. You know, so like Santa Cruz or any other fight that you could come off the top of your head and mention. Tank is that. He's must watch TV in my opinion.
Real
Hey,
quick,
So let me ask
I
you
just
this,
want
then,
hold on,
Creek.
hold on
I
one
got,
second, BBO. I
But
just want to mention he doesn't even know who this guy that both from the Bronx, and that's the Maniacs line, the Nyquils. I just want to throw that in there. So that's Maniac
Oh
Yeah,
always
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah,
hey,
instead of
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I
knockout,
gotta, I gotta,
he says the Nyquils.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
say this. I gotta say this, BBO. You gotta understand too. The casuals, belts don't matter. They just care
yeah.
about the knockout. They care about the fight. The belts don't matter
Excellent
to the
point.
casuals.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Excellent
They
point.
don't. They don't. I keep telling y'all, the belts don't matter to the fan base. It matters to the fighter. They don't. They
There's
don't care.
some
They just
fighters
want
that
to
are
see the
bigger than the
fight.
belt. There's
Yeah,
some
they just
fighters
want
that
to
are
see the
bigger than the
fight.
belt. Hmm. Yeah.
mm.
You know,
And
The
and
only reason I
Tank
asked
is
hold on,
that
that
hold on.
too.
question is
I remember when
because
Floyd. I remember when Floyd Joy
we
Mayweather.
don't get when
You out of
we
order.
get fights, we don't get events like this. That's why I said that because the Barclays is a nice sized arena.
So for him to go to an arena and sell it out, I think that's a huge deal.
No
We
one
But
got to
does
give
it?
him
inside
credit.
the arena, bro.
That's the question.
Well,
Does it sell out? The Barclays is good in general because I think every seat is pretty good the way it
yeah.
was built. Like from every location inside the arena, it's actually a good arena to watch events. To be honest, but do you think
But
it
he sold
sells
out in
out?
Georgia, Tom. I didn't mean to cut you off, but he sold out in Georgia. You know,
Everywhere,
obviously the Garcia
everywhere.
fight,
LA,
the
he
Garcia
sold
fight was
out.
the Garcia fight was the biggest fight of the year. It was much bigger than Crawford and Spence as far as a ticket
Ace.
sell.
Oh, for
Yeah, but
sure.
those are
For
two,
sure.
He sold.
like you said, those are the two biggest American stars as far as
Yes,
ticket holders. So they had both. They had each other in the same fight.
exactly. You know, but Tank sold. Well, who did he fight in Georgia? What was it?
Mario
He,
It
Barrio.
he
was
fought he
Mario
fought
Barrio.
Barrios.
The guy
Barrios.
from Pitbull. Where did he fight? I
No,
In
mean,
He fought
Atlanta. He
Barrios
fought
and he fought
Barrios
he
and
fought
Gamboa.
Pitbull.
and it was sold
He
out.
fought Mario Barrio in Atlanta.
yeah,
He fought Hector Garcia in DC, and
yeah.
he sold out in DC. He did more than the Rolling
He
Obviously,
fought
Stones
yeah.
did
Gamboa.
in DC.
And he
Well,
fought
he's
I
supposed to
mean,
Gamboa in
he
sell out
sell
in
Atlanta.
DC. I mean,
he's
but
yeah he sells out everywhere he goes. He
Yeah.
pretty much
But you
sells
know the
out
thing
everywhere he goes.
that they don't talk about with Tank, and I don't know if you guys heard this. It's kind of sad that this fight is not in the DMV because they was worried about security provisions. Because when Tank
No,
was in DC,
that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
that
Has
does
nothing to
have
do
something
with
to
it.
do with it. I can tell you a
No, it
source that
doesn't.
told me
Give
that.
us some
Listen,
intel.
Hold
Give us
on,
some
freak. I can tell.
intel. Give us some
hold
one
on.
at
Let
a
me
intel.
time,
finish what I'm
guys.
saying.
I'm gonna tell you for somebody that lives in the DMV. The daggone Capital One Arena is under construction. They have no events going on there. They can't use it. So
Mo, what I'm
that's the
saying is
only
they can fight in
that's the
Baltimore or they can fight in DC. But I'm saying
Baltimore
it's
don't
been
have an arena big enough. They don't have an arena big enough. They're not fighting at the football stadium. That's
What's the biggest
outside.
arena? Baltimore doesn't have. That's right. They don't have. I just thought of it.
They
Yeah.
don't have a
They don't have a
basketball
basketball.
team.
So
No,
Yeah.
they don't. They
where the
all they
Wizards
have is
play?
Who?
the Wizards
Where the
play
Wizards
at
play?
the Capital One Arena. They play at the Capital One Arena.
DC. They play in
It's under
DC.
construction. Yeah, the
So,
Capital
Yeah.
One
but if
Arena
it's
is
under,
under
how can it be?
construction right now.
If it's under construction, they got to play somewhere. Where are they playing at?
They're not playing at home.
Oh,
Why
okay, all right.
why is it under construction? All their games are on the road. They're not
Oh,
playing at
okay.
You
home.
sure? Because
It's under
I'm
construction.
looking at it. They played the Trailblazers on the 26th at Capital One Arena.
No, it's going to be rescheduled. It's under construction. I'm telling you, I got a contract there for my security company. It's under construction.
Hmm.
It's going to be rescheduled. It's going to be
Respect
rescheduled.
the 26th and already happened. So either you
Yeah.
wrong or market wrong.
Look,
Respectfully.
but look, I tell you this. The good thing about the Barclays that
They didn't play here.
it's
They didn't play
you
here.
saw
Let me see.
Go
that
ahead.
when Philly, you got to Danny Garcia. When Danny Garcia was in his prime and he was cooking, he was Mr. Barkley. Philly was coming. Philly was deep in there. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Tank, this is going to be, I believe it's about his third time fighting in the Barclay. He didn't headline when he fought Pedraza. That was an undercard, but he did headline against Rolly. Now he's headlining against Lamont Roach. So, look, the bottom line is this. Maybe the tickets are not, you know, for us based on the opponent, but they understand that the demand is there for Tank. So they're gonna put those prices there because people want to see. And like Socrates was saying, he tapped in with the hip hop fan base, right? They don't care, like D was saying, they don't care about belts. They just want to see they fight a fight and win. They don't care if Roach is coming up from 130, coming up from 122. They don't care. They just want to see they fight a fight and do what he does. And what Tank does, he puts on the show for his fans. And that's all they care about. Us hardcores, on the other hand, we understand what's going on, right? But they don't. And they don't care, right? A lot of my boys are hardcores. They don't care. I don't care. Like he said, I don't care about no belt. Who Tank want to fight next? I want him. They don't want to see him fight the Shakors, the Haneys, the Tios. Hopefully, those are the fights we could get next because he is 30 years old, right? And he has
Good point.
zero legacy fights. Those are facts. It's not hate. It's just the truth. We know Tank is like that. Anyone who watched boxing closely knows that Tank, He's an assassin in there.
But you gotta
takes
prove that in the
but-
ring.
Is he really? Is he really?
Yeah,
Or
listen,
he's
hold on, no.
demonstrating a strong man?
I'm gonna
No.
challenge you on that because I mean, okay, as far as the gate, the Garcia fight is his legacy up to this point. But out of this era, okay, so who are the faces of that 135 class? You have him, Devin Haney,
Shakur.
Ryan,
T.O.
right? What? No one has a legacy fight outside of Haney, who got a gift decision against Lomachenko. To many opinions, I'm one of them. You know, so
Well,
a
you out
lot
of
of
order.
these guys.
You out of
Theo,
order, son.
Theo,
You out of
No,
order.
Theo.
One at a time.
You out
I
of
knew
order.
Dub. I swear to God, I knew Dub was. Hold
I
on, hold on.
object. I
Go ahead.
object, Your Honor.
Finish
So
up.
we
No,
know.
we ain't got no
But hold
problem
on.
with you objecting, but you still out of order, man. You out
So
of
Man,
order.
hold
T.O.
on,
got
but
a Hall of
Tank,
Fame
hold on.
career almost, man.
Mhm.
You,
Let him
as far
finish.
as opponents go, I feel you about Tank. But why he possesses the tools in his toolbox cannot be denied. You see him in there, how he fights. He's a calculated fighter.
But we
He's
only
smart.
see,
He's
but
not reckless.
we
Whether
only see that against lesser
Hold on,
competition.
but
We
you would
need to
look
see
all
good
that
right, but
against
against
the
it's
top
third
still
grader.
there. Listen, all right,
We
I'm
need
gonna
to
give
see
you
it
an
against top
example.
competition.
All right, we know
Hold on
that.
1 second. But y'all say
Hold
the
on, hold on,
same
real quick.
thing.
Hold on, Boxing man. You agree?
Hold up, Dub.
Wait,
Hold on,
wait,
freeze.
guys, one at a time.
Do you
Wait,
hold on,
Dub,
Boxing man? Do
goddamn.
you agree that we
Dub,
need to see that skill set that you're
Dub,
bringing out? Those
Dub,
tools. We need to see that against top level competition.
Correct.
Dub.
So the
Hold
question is, how great is he? That's the question, not the
Okay.
skill set. How good is Tank? Because we haven't seen him in there with that elite competition. Why he possesses can be taken away. How good is he? That's the question mark. We don't know how good is he because we haven't seen it against elite. But you can't take the tools he has in his tool belt. Tank could do it all. Can he
I
beat these
I
top
think
fighters? We don't
I
know.
think you
I'm
could say that
I'm gonna tell you what
about
the
all of the guys in this era. I mean, a lot of
I'm gonna
until
tell
they
you I'm
fight
gonna
each
tell you
other,
what the
you can say
real
that about all of them.
Yeah,
yeah
but
I'm
at
gonna tell
least
you
we
what
seen
the real
Tio
problem is.
beat Lomachenko definitively. Tio beat
Correct.
Lomachenko definitively. He went up to
Right.
140.
Correct.
And
Correct.
But Tio
Correct.
also
But
lost
then
against Cambosis.
yes,
against
yes.
a
But
against
So
a bum
all I'm saying is
against a
these
bum,
guys
a
need to mix
C-level
up. They
fighter
need
at
to
best,
mix it up
he
at the
did.
end of the day.
Hold up,
a fucking bum,
hold up, hold up.
Cambosis a
The
bum.
only reason
a
hold
fucking
up
bum. I didn't say bum, a fucking bum.
Hey, shout out to Sock, man. I ain't got no
the
problem with
only
that.
reason anybody is saying this about Tank Davis because how much money he generates. Because I don't hear the same argument about Shakur. If you look at Shakur's resume, it's nowhere near the level of resume that Tank Davis has. When you look
It's
at Keyshawn
comparable.
Davis' resume,
It's
man,
I
Shakur
mean,
got four. He
One at a
got
time,
four
guys.
guys on there. He got four guys on there, notably four guys. Outside of that,
Valdez.
his resume,
Yeah,
he got four guys. You can name
yeah,
whatever you want. You're not
I
gonna
agree.
come up with more than four notable guys. So
I agree.
we don't hear that
Yeah.
about Shakur. Oh, he needs to go prove it. I mean, we hear it somewhat,
And
but not
and
as
and
much as
and
we hear about
and,
Tank
I
Davis.
say
and,
that
I, and
every
I'm
time
a
we
and
talk
I'm a
Hold up,
about
keep
him.
hold
saying it.
up. Let me finish, and then y'all can talk. What I'm saying is, you hear it somewhat
Well, you're
about
long
Shakur,
winded. You
but you
need a
don't.
damn. You
But you
might
don't.
need an oxygen
Shut
mask at
up!
this point.
Shut up!
Dub,
Shut
take it
up!
easy, Dub. Let D finish, bro.
Dang, you don't talk about long winded. You talk more than anybody. But when we talk about
That's a fact.
Shakur,
Hey, that is a fact. That is a
Shakur,
fact.
Jesus
Shakur,
Christ.
we don't mention it as much for Shakur because Shakur doesn't generate a lot of money. Everybody talks about Tank Davis because they want to know why this man is generating so much money and he hasn't fought the fight that people want him to fight. Not that his fans want him to fight, that other people want him to fight. And they want to know why he's generating so much money. That's why they say, oh, but why he hasn't fought this, he hasn't fought that. Well, his fans don't care. His fans is one buying the tickets. They don't care. They just want to see him knock him out.
Can I call him out of order, Thomas? Can I call him out of order?
It's your turn. Go ahead.
Dub.
He out of order, man. He out of order. He wrong. And let me tell you why. At the end of the day, and regardless of ticket sales, the average individual that's looking at any of this shit don't give a damn about no damn ticket sales. I don't think anybody cares about ticket sales. And this is what y'all want to make the argument about. Get in the ring with the best. And so when the criticism happens, y'all say, well, it's okay for him to do this stuff because he sells tickets. Okay, fine. I'm not disagreeing with him selling tickets. Fight the best. When it comes down to boxing, my whole thing is this. I go to fights and I'm gonna support them. I said this: if it wasn't for me having to go to Atlanta and do what I gotta do, I'd be buying this fight. Why? Because I support the sport. I want to see the sport move forward. But at the end of the day, give me something to support. Hell, give me something to support so I can get up here and make a good argument for you. I made this exact, D for you seen it. I made this exact argument with Bill Haney. I'm the hugest Devin Haney fan that you respectfully, you Negroes know. But get what? Bill Haney said, we don't give a damn about your support. If you're gonna talk bad about my son, we don't care about your support. And I said, well, this is crazy because I done been supporting your damn son. So my whole thing is I want to see the best fight the best. And in this situation, Tank is not doing that. And regardless of we're going to support him as far as tickets go, regardless of we're going to buy the fight, regardless of that, we still need to hold it into a standard. Like I want to hold every fighter to a standard.
The only two that have really fought A-level competition is Tank and Ryan. I mean, Tank fought Ryan and Ryan fought Tank and Devin. You know, I mean, that's a fact.
That's why I said none of them are.
Lomachenko ain't A-level competition.
Loma is not fighting right now.
Right. So you can make the case that Devin has the best resume, although he's probably kind of a fraud because I don't think he beat Lomachenko. And of course, we saw the ass whooping he took against Ryan.
Tio has the best wins. He beat Josh Taylor and he beat Lomachenko. Those are facts. Those are better wins than Tank, Shakur, and Haney.
At 140.
Yeah, but they all listen. They all.
He was the number one guy.
Hold on. So and Haney's at 140. Haney's at 140. He don't fight at 135 no more.
I'm not talking about nobody that's at 140. That's Dub. Dub talking about.
But they mentioned they said Haney. They said Haney. He just said Haney has the best. He just said Haney has the best resume.
I'm talking about. I think
it's about era.
Yeah. He said questionably at 135
guys that's there right now. That because Tank said he's at 135. He's not at 140. He's not at 130. He's at 135. The guys that's at 135, the only guy that fought anybody at 135, if you want to count Loma, is Loma and Tank. Shakur hasn't fought anybody, and Keyshawn hasn't fought anybody. So
I'm not
Loma
even
and Tank are the only ones. They're the only ones that fought anybody.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, but another thing is this: as fans, we gotta hold these fighters accountable. Tank is 30 years old, bro. 30 years old. Right. Like he's not getting no younger. And why are we even justifying? Oh well, it don't matter. You one of the biggest faces of boxing, bro. You gotta. He has a responsibility, bro. So you know what? This is what they want. And no. Hold on. Because we hear no. Yes, we do. Because then now we being fake and we being biased. Because at the end of the day,
I didn't say no.
No. I'm just saying because people come to the rescue. But Tank, no, he has to start fighting fighters, bro. Look at Crawford.
What I'm saying is prior to him fighting Lamar Roach, we saw him trying to get the Lomachenko fight. He ducked out. We saw his team reached out to Shakur. He went inside with Eddie Hearn and decided to take a multi-fight deal over there instead of fighting Tank Davis.
So this fight could still happen. So let me ask you this. Hold on.
Listen, hold up. Let me finish. What I'm saying is we can't. We can't say that he hasn't tried. We can't say that he hasn't tried. The other guy's got a 1 and 3 as well. The other
he hasn't.
What you saying
Shout out to the maniac, one of the real ones in the building. Shout out to the maniac.
When he tried to fight Loma didn't duck out.
Bro, Lomo been trying to fight Javante. Now he want to fight him, and y'all
I'm
gonna
talking
hear?
about right now.
No, no, no,
I'm
no!
talking
Don't
about
put
right
your
now.
pom poms out now. Don't
I'm
get your pom
talking
poms
about
out now,
right
because
now.
when he was
I'm
ducking
talking
Lomo
about.
early in his career, that I
Hold
didn't
up,
have the same
hold up,
energy.
hold up.
Here we go. Here
If
we
you want
Man,
go.
to talk about,
everybody
But
can't be
if
Here
you
holding
we
want
up
to
the
go.
entire
so
show. We gonna be
if
holding
you
up
want
all
to talk
night,
about when
according to
Loma,
you.
if you want to talk about when Loma wanted to fight Tank Davis, he didn't send an offer to Tank Davis.
They didn't want the fight. You want me to send you interviews by
No.
Floyd Mayweather?
So
They didn't want that
they
smoke.
gotta
didn't
want
want the
they
fight.
gotta want the fight to send an offer now,
Bro,
because
they asked Floyd, you want me to send you interviews? They said, what's
hold
up?
up.
He said,
That's
we not trying to
hold
fight
up.
Lomo.
Hold up.
Mayweather said
Listen what
it.
I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. That's what I just said about Tank Davis. When he tried to make the fight, these guys got a 1 and 2. You said no, but he didn't try. So when you
Bro,
said Loma wanted to fight him, but Loma didn't send an offer, now you saying, but he didn't want the fight. So Loma had to wait for him to want the fight to send an
bro,
offer. That's what
Lomo,
you
no,
telling me.
listen.
You can't
Lomo,
have it
you know
both
why
ways.
Lomo did? Listen, no. First of all,
You can't have it
Lomo's
both ways.
resume, Lomo's resume is crazy. So you know why Lomo said, man, fuck out of here. Y'all want to come up on me now? Y'all fight each other. Then I'll fight you. Fuck out of here. I've been fighting monsters since my beginning. Second fight, I'm fighting for a world title. Nah, same way Crawford picked up the phone and Spence, and they made that fight happen. Tell your man Tank pick up that phone, right?
And that's
He's one of the biggest sellers. He can make any fight he want because of his name and his popularity. If he wants a fight, he say, let's make it happen. And if you say no, then you cap it and you being biased. Those are facts. Tank has that power. He has that
and that's
power.
what I was going to say. I was going to ask you, D. Free, because you said, and it was a good point where Shakur signed with Eddie Hearn with the multi-fight deal. But if Tank is the guy, Tank is the guy, and his team, they offer the contract. So you're saying that Tank can't offer a contract still to Matchroom and make that fight happen? He's the A side. He's the one making the offers.
Let me answer the question
Go
before
ahead.
y'all cut in,
I
because
finished.
I see all y'all want to jump against what I'm about to say. He already told Shakur when he was a free agent. He already said he don't want to deal with Eddie Hearn. Shakur chose to go sign with Eddie Hearn. They gave him an offer when he was a free agent. That man
What
said
offer?
no. I'm
It was
going
a
over
one-fight
there.
deal. It was an offer. They offered him.
It was an offer. It was a
What?
one-fight deal.
Shakur said no.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Shakur, when he went out, when he became a free agent, the whole deal with Shakur was he didn't want to be tied down to nobody. He wants to be able to move around freely as a free agent. They came to him with a one-fight deal. All of a sudden, he had a single fight for Tank Davis when Loma ducked out. And they was already about to fight with Loma for November 19th. Loma ducked out. They came to Shakur for a one-fight deal for Tank Davis. Shakur said no. He want a multi-fight deal. They said, well, we're not in position to give you a multi-fight deal right now. We got one fight for Tank Davis. That man said no and went to the zone. So he didn't want the fight. You can't say Tank didn't want the fight. They had the fight right there for
Why
Tank
he
Davis.
offered him?
He didn't
What was
want
the
it.
offer? What was the offer if they send him the
One
fight?
fight.
I don't know
What
what
was
the
the
offer was,
offer?
but I don't know what the offer
It
was. But
was
the
one
offer,
fight. They
it was a one
never
fight.
made it to the money. They never made it to the money because Shakur said he wanted a
Yeah,
multi-fight deal, and they
that was
said they
yeah.
wasn't giving him a multi-fight deal. So they
That's
never
true.
made it
I
to
don't
the
know.
money.
Where you got this from? Because I saw
I got
Shakur
that from
say it.
I got it from Steven Espinoza. Said it directly
Shakur
on the interview
Shakur
at
made
the
it
press
clear.
conference.
He said,
What up?
"Yo, when Lomo ducked me, right? Because Lomo, he said, nah, I'm not gonna fight Tank. I give him that, and I'm not mad at Lomo at this stage of his career. Shakur said that was the case. Y'all know about Lomo. Why Tank and his team is not saying that I turned them down? Because they said a
What?
contract. Why contract? And even if so, after this fight, call him out. Why every time they ask Tank about Shakur, oh, he's a boring fighter? So what if he's a boring fighter? That's what the
Because he
people
is.
want to
He
see.
is.
We don't care.
He didn't.
Listen,
He said he's going to call somebody out. We'll see who he call out. And whenever he call
yeah,
out,
we
if it's
know
a
he's
good
gonna
fight,
call out.
we give him.
He's gonna
We
call out Frank Martin for the rematch.
if it's a good fight,
Nah,
we'll give
you
him praise.
bugging.
If it's
You
a bad
tripping.
fight, we give him criticism.
That's
I
crazy.
have no problem giving criticism to none
Nah,
of
you
these fights
tripping. You
because
said Frank Martin for the rematch.
I don't have a favorite fighter for none of them. None of them
Yeah,
are
me
my
neither.
favorite fighter. If any of them was going to be, it would be one of the Russells. That was the only ones that would be my favorite out of all of these guys because that's the only one that's blood.
Well, I got to look into this more, but I heard the same thing that they offered Shakur a 1 fight deal, never got to the money, and Shakur, didn't want to
Well, I
be
gotta
tied
look into
to
that.
the PBC.
Listen,
So
so he could
I
listen.
also just want to say, and I'm gonna make sure to bring this up anytime you talk about Shakur ducking. That nigga Shakur ducked Devin Haney. I just always want to say that any chance I get. Good.
All right,
He
cool.
did that too.
Yeah,
He did that
yeah, I
too.
think he ducked.
yeah.
I agree with that because he didn't want to take the mandatory split, which
Yeah.
actually Devin was
After
offering like
going
5%,
after clout
5%
chasing
more than
and
the
Well,
going
we
to the
mandatory.
know
nigga
that
party with a
contract
cake
was
saying
set.
sign the contract.
Yeah.
But listen. Now, let's see what Haney does now, and let's see what Tank does in this fight. Because they got to fight each other ready, man. This is
Yeah.
disgusting work.
Yo,
Disgusting.
Who?
Man,
speaking
Haney
of that,
going
All
through the
the
what do
fighters.
you guys think? They announced. I think they said May 2nd, Times Square.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yes,
I mean that's
that's
pretty
interesting.
exciting. I mean, and interesting. What do you guys think
that's
about that?
Barbecue.
horrible. New York City, a free fight in New
I think
York
it's gonna
City
be
Times
hectic. It's
Square.
gonna be crazy, bro.
28,
Yeah,
28
they.
fights.
Wait,
Easy.
you said what? 20
Whoa.
what?
Matter of fact,
No. Not in
Oh,
the ring.
28. Oh, fist fights.
Yeah, yeah. Minimum.
no,
That's minimum.
I'm making sure I'm
they
rolling with
putting
four
out
corners, so I got backup because I ain't
so
going.
is this let me get some some daggone clarity for this. Is this a free fight to the public or is it a
Yes.
free fight on TV?
I
Public.
think it's a free fight for
Public.
the public. They want to do it outside, like
They
where they
are.
do whatchamacallit, like the January when the ball dropped. They
Man,
want to do it out there in Times Square. And May
Yeah.
2nd, they already got the
well,
date, and it's
Man,
only going to be,
I'm gonna tell
I
y'all
believe
right
it's only
now.
Three.
three fights.
Three
I'm gonna
fights.
tell y'all
Three
right now.
fights. It's
It's some
Barboza.
money. It,
Go ahead, D3. What are you
I'll
saying?
believe it when I see
no,
it.
I want to say I'm gonna tell you right now. It's some money laundering going on somewhere around this joint, dog. I'm telling y'all
I
right
mean,
now. It's some
Turkey
money
supposedly,
laundering going on somewhere.
but
There's
Turkey
going to
has the
be
money. He's putting the fight out. He's making the fight happen. It's out of his pocket, and the United States government, I guess that they're letting it rock, right? And it's the three fights. It's Barboza against Tio.
Mhm.
It's Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and it's Ryan Garcia against Rolly. I mean, that's pretty good. Three
Hey,
fight deal.
I'll
I'm not
believe that
Three
mad.
shit when I
fights.
I'm
see
not
it.
mad at all.
Eh,
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'll
mad
believe
if
it
it
when I see
happens.
it. F one.
That's good for good for the fans. I'm not mad at it, but it's some money laundering going on. I'm
People
telling
going
you
to be
right now,
sleeping.
it's some money laundering
People
going
going
on.
to be
allegedly.
sleeping in tents the night before.
Facts. Facts.
Yo, I swear
I
that's
don't
what's gonna
buy
happen. They're
it.
gonna be
F
the night
one.
before. They're gonna be sleeping out there. Stock, man, we
Yeah.
haven't heard from you in a minute. What do you think about this?
I think it's cool. It's something new, like DMX said. It's something new. Um, you know, uh, I mean, people are watching these shits for free anyway. Who's paying for this? Who's paying for boxing anyway in 2025? Raise your hand.
Hey,
Cricket.
I
I pay
bought
for
tickets. I
every
bought
day.
Who's that
tickets.
cricket?
Well,
I
I'm
bought
going to the
tickets.
fight.
Stock, I
I'm
bought
going to the
tickets to
fight.
fights. So you
But
can't say that.
Socrates,
So have I. Yes, sir.
Socrates,
Yes, sir.
let me
Yes, sir.
ask you this. You
Hmm.
from New York City, man. You
Yes,
you
sir.
know how
Right.
our city is an ignorant city. Let's call it like it is. So now you get these young ignorant kids hearing free or we out. And the weather's gonna be nice. It's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be a lot of drama over there. Turkey better hire a lot of police, National Guards, because that's the only way it's gonna work, bro. It's gonna
Well,
be disgusting.
I mean, Times Square is a melting pot, right? It's the scammers, it's the tourists. I'm sure it will be
I'm trying.
policed in some way. Um, originally, if I remember, they're gonna have it like on a rooftop. That's what somebody had told me. It's going to be interesting. I think it's a great idea. Look, boxing has the ability to get people's attention. You know, so somebody needs to mute their shit. There's
Yeah,
some.
something in the background. I don't know what that
What
is.
the fuck is
Go ahead,
that?
Sock. You good?
Anyway, um, boxing. Look, I'm going to steal a line from Max Kellerman, one of my favorite Jews. Um, if you're at a barbecue and you know people playing basketball, people playing softball, and then all of a sudden to the left a fight breaks out. Where are you putting your attention to? You're looking at the fight, right? So boxing has that ability to grab your attention, and if it's done right, it could be a precedent. I'm not during COVID they were doing I think it was NBC cable. They were doing fights in the street, right? And that was interesting. Um, I think it's a good idea. You're putting a big star, one of the biggest stars, Ryan Garcia, and then Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we get good weather. And if it rains, that means God hates boxing.
So Sock. So before I read this to the screen, so Sock. So you're going to be there in Times Square when it happens with all those
Absolutely
people with
not.
the craziness. You're going to be there.
Absolutely not.
So that's what I'm saying. I knew what the answer was going to be. Drew Titan was
I'm
good.
40. I'm 47. I'm not trying to be nowhere.
Yeah, Drew Titan says dude want to put on Alcatraz and then Times Square. Slow down. Like Turkey's trying to do too much, bro. I mean,
Turkey's an
Well,
innovator, Thomas.
well, if Lopez, if Teofimo is correct, Barbosa's getting $1 million for this fight. I'm assuming Teofimo's getting more than that. The guys are getting paid well. It's gonna be. Look, I'm all for the shit show.
Wait,
And
T.O. is on the card?
Yeah,
yeah. I said the cards.
he's fighting
against
Barbosa.
Barbosa.
Damn.
He said, even Drew says he'll watch it from the crib too. So only me and Maniac are the
Absolutely.
only two going to be there because I know Maniac's going to go.
I'll be there. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
I'll be there too.
And it is. I already know though. I know my city. You're gonna have the Bronx
I want to
there.
go there.
You're gonna have Brooklyn there, Manhattan, yo, bro. And then you're gonna get people from Jersey. It's free, so people hear that and it's like, yo, let's just go. And I already know what's gonna happen. Yo, that's it. No more
So
people, and then that's when the fighting
I'm
start breaking and
I'm
get
gonna tell you. I'm
crazy.
gonna
You
tell you
think they're
right.
gonna put
I'm
the
gonna tell
fight
you
on?
right
You think
now.
they're gonna put the fight on the
I'm
big
gonna tell you
screens?
right now.
They have to.
No,
Hopefully,
the best.
hopefully.
No, the best fight of that
That'd be
card
cool.
is going to be in the crowd. It's going to be in the crowd. The best fight of
Yeah,
that
but
card is going to
that's
be in
what
the crowd.
Maniac said. Maniac said he gave an over under on 28 fights. That was
At
it. He
least,
said 28. That
No,
was the over under.
yo, it's
I
gonna be
think I
crazy.
think TL Dad. I think TL Dad might.
The
I'm
fight
trying to
week is
figure
going to
out
be
how
good.
they're going to
I would
pull it off.
imagine. Yeah, I would imagine the fight week would be good too. The press conference, the weigh-in. The whole thing.
Absolutely.
If they're gonna do it outside in Times Square, they might as well. They're gonna do the weigh-in and the press conference outside too. So
Bro.
I'm
I
trying to
Whether,
figure
need
out
a
I
how
guess,
they're
face to
going to
I
pull
whether,
it off
need a I
to
need a face to face
put a
between
ring
Bill
in the
Haney and
middle of Times
TLC.
Square.
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. T.O. Haney.
That's what I'm talking about, Drew. The traffic. How are you going to put a ring in the middle of Times Square and have this fight actually go on, and you still got
Yes.
stores and all the business still
it's
going
Drew.
on as
but they're
usual?
gonna shut it down the same way they do for like New Year's or when the Yankees have a parade when they win the World Series. They'll shut it down. They'll
You
they'll
know
The
do
how
the
much
same thing
money
only
when they
they
do
got
other
to pay to shut
parades.
time,
down Times Square?
No, they
the
don't shut down
only
time. But
other
Times Square,
time,
they shut it down for the New Year's. So they're gonna
I
do the
Yeah,
same
that's
remember
thing.
the
only
back in
New
time
Year.
a major
That's a
sports event
that's a
came to
national
Times.
holiday. That's a national holiday.
May 2nd.
So I'm talking about
No,
Oh
no.
they get a
New
New
permit.
Year's
Year.
is a national. New
Well,
Year's
they're
is a
Well,
gonna
they
have to
can
treat
national
get
it. They're gonna have to
holiday.
treat it as that.
they'll get a
So
permit.
they
Look, I remember Times
that's a
Square. They used
lot
to
of
have the
money they're gonna have
MTV.
to pay to shut down Times Square.
Oil money runs
Man,
the
matter of
world.
fact, hey Thomas, when is that
This
fight supposed to be?
May 2nd, right? I believe they said
May
May
Yes.
2nd.
2nd. Hey,
Yes.
think we need to put some money together and go open up a store because I need them to pay me to shut down my store for that day. I need them to pay me. They about to get paid to shut this store down for that day.
Sock,
As a matter of
You know how
fact,
much money you got?
I'll be there. Fuck that. We'll be
Sock.
there.
Yeah.
What you said about
We do
MTV?
a
What
live
was
show.
MTV? MTV
MTV
did?
they used to do shows in the street. I remember MTV Live back in the day with Carson Daly. Look, the one thing about New York, yes, New York. There's no place like New York. It's the capital of the fucking world. They can have that fight, and then there'll be a hundred thousand other people walking right past it. They don't give a fuck. New York
That's
is
true.
special.
That's
New
true.
York is special. New York is fucking special.
Yeah, but
I'm interested to see what happens. I mean,
I just want to see the setup, man. The setup and how the entry points, how you be able to enter, and where the free
Yeah.
people's gonna stand. Like all of that, it's gonna take a lot of work, and I know it's gonna be drama. I
but
bet my life
they
there's
must
gonna be
have
a
some
bunch
plan
of fights.
already where they already said they must have some type of plan already set up where they said 300 seats, if I'm not mistaken. So they must have already started, working something out where there's going to be 300 seats and the rest is like standing room.
Yes,
So
but those 300 are for like people, promoters, like people a name, not the fans.
yeah, there's going to be an
But
axe.
You're
I
right,
love
I
Drew.
agree.
That's
but I
like
love this shit. I love this shit, man. This is a real spectacle, and Turkey's
Yeah,
putting it on. I think this might be a. I remember F1 last year. They said they were trying to bring the New York or the American Grand Prix to Times Square, but that didn't happen. So this is a big achievement for Turkey. I think having the first big sporting events in Times Square.
Marky, you going to leave the island to come watch the fight?
Hell no.
Man, Monkey ass
I
ain't
went to
going
New
down
York.
there.
I went to New York
They
in the
gonna
middle of
think
winter
Monkey is
once.
part
I
of
ain't
the
never
fight. They
doing
gonna
that shit
throw him
again
in
in
the
my
match. He gonna
life.
be like, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that.
Throw shit out the window, all kind of shit.
Monkey
Yo, I
gonna
didn't
be in
get
there.
to
They gonna throw Monkey in there with Rolling.
Yo, so we didn't get to. So I wanted to talk
You're
about the chamber
racist.
tomorrow, but let's go. We didn't get to talk about what I wanted to talk about earlier too. Let me just put it. Hold on, where did I have it? Let's
That
talk about
lawsuit?
the lawsuit, and then this and this. I wanted to talk about this too. That was crazy.
I know what we're talking about.
That's your first time seeing it. Don't tell me that's the first time you've seen it.
He smacked the dog smack out of him with that egg. No, that don't sound like a clap.
that remind me of junior high school,
Yeah,
man.
that shit
When
was
that
funny.
first week where dudes was getting violated just like that. That's
Back in the
crazy,
day,
bro.
like you talking about early '90s,
Yes,
not
yes,
midnight, early '90s, late
I'm
'80s. They were doing that shit.
gonna tell you
yes.
right now that goes down as one of the best confrontations at a press conference, dog. That gotta go down
Absolutely,
as one of the best.
because what makes it so special is because with the egg is a story behind that, so it all makes sense.
Right.
That was yo Sock. You know what that was, Sock? I'm gonna tell you what that was, Sock. That was Rowdy Piper hitting Jimmy Superfly Snooker with the coconut. That's what that was.
It's on that level. That's on that level.
Kind of being.
Dog.
That's the first thing I thought of. That was Rowdy Piper when he hit Snooker with was it a pineapple or coconut? I can't even remember when he slapped
I
him.
think it was a pineapple.
It was a
It is a coconut.
it was a
Oh, it
coconut.
was a
Okay.
coconut?
Yeah,
Pull that up, Charles. Pull that up.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a coconut. I think it was a coconut.
Was that a WrestleMania?
No, it was just a Piper
No,
spit.
no.
It was like a regular.
It was on TV. Regular TV.
Yeah.
Man,
So at
remember
what weight? I'm sorry. At what weight are these nepotism babies going to fight?
Which one?
144?
What?
Oh, you're
What?
talking about Connor and
You
Yeah.
talking about Times
yeah.
Square?
Oh, 160.
Probably 160.
Oh, you talking about? No, I thought you were talking about the Times Square
I said
fight.
no, the nepotism babies because
Oh,
both of them, but both of them are ass. Both of them are ass.
They supposed
Hot
to be at a
ass.
catchweight.
They are
Hot
trash.
ass in August.
It's supposed to be
Oh,
at a
Rich
catchweight.
Mancuso says it was a pineapple.
That's
So
what I thought. I thought
I'll
it was
take
a
Rich
pineapple
Mancuso's
too.
word.
I salute to
I'll
Rich.
take Rich Mancuso's word over yours. He knows about the rest. He used to do a wrestling show.
I
So
thought it was
Connor
a
Bang
pineapple
got
too.
smacked with an egg.
But yeah, I think that I thought I heard him say it was supposed to be at a catchweight.
Yeah,
They
I
have
think
to be.
so.
You
no,
bang
I think
fights at like 68, right?
no, I think there's a
I doubt this
rehydration
shit
clause.
happening.
They can't.
Has to be.
No, I think it's a
Yeah,
rehydration clause. So it's at I think it's at 160, but I think Eubank can go up a certain amount of weight or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
he's
I
a
think
naturally bigger
Under
fighter.
160, and I doubt that they letting him go up.
No,
To,
Eubanks
Oh,
gonna be
somebody's wrong. See, it was a coconut. Damn, Rich,
Oh
Rich,
man,
if you got
I
this,
think
if
it's a
Rich, if you
coconut.
got this,
YouTube
it,
it. YouTube it.
it was one of those island fruits.
Rich, I hope
It
you
was
didn't
a
get this
coconut.
wrong because Rich should
It was
not
a
get this
coconut.
wrong.
It was a coconut.
I think it was a coconut. I think Rich, you got this
Yeah.
wrong, Rich.
It was a gimmick coconut.
Yeah, a gimmick coconut.
Even one, it was classic.
yeah,
But
you're right.
I think
Thomas, it's a
Eubanks gonna be.
rehydration
I think
clause in
Eubanks gonna beat the rest of the egg out of Connor Ben. I think he's gonna beat the rest of the egg out of him.
Yeah, I think he's just too
Connor
big.
Ben hasn't been the same since he
There
came
you
back
go.
off those PEDs. His power is gone. He doesn't have the stamina no more. He ain't been the same since he came back off those PEDs.
He hasn't, and he hasn't fought in over a year. His last fight was against Dobson, and he didn't look great against Dobson.
Yo, why
No.
my logo look like it
Dobson
belongs on
was out of the ring a long time too.
What's going on, Drew?
What's good?
Drew.
What's good, y'all?
What's going on, champ?
What's good, family? Yo,
What's
you
good,
see
what's
my
good?
logo? That shit look like it belong on the turntable. That's crazy.
Wait, because I put this is a new.
Flavor
I don't know
right
if you've
there.
seen it. This is a new StreamYard thing.
Yeah, StreamYard get on my nerves lately, but it is what it is. Yo, I'm kind of tired. I gotta get up in the morning. I just want to get this in real quick. Yo, salute to the panel, man. Salute to y'all, man. Bronx on deck. Y'all already know how we do.
Yes, sir.
Listen. Times Square, bad idea. I bet you they changed their mind. After they do some research, nah, bro. You do not do no event, no boxing event outside in Times Square. That's like waving you're ringing a dinner bell for every goon in all 5 boroughs. They're gonna meet up there, and it's gonna look like you remember the meeting in the Warriors?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be awful. Do not do that, man. Because I could go. We're gonna go there and just go there for the event, and we're gonna be ducking bottles and bullets, man. I'm not there for that, bro. Nah, do not. Please see. Goons don't pay money to go in and watch an event, but if it's free, they niggas is still gonna go and just to act out, man. Please do not do that. I don't know what Turkey think this is. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Do not do that,
see,
man.
I
This
can
dude
see
trying to
somebody
put on
getting
the
hit with a bottle.
Alcatraz and all kinds of stuff. Do not. I repeat, do not do this.
It's gonna be
in
great.
Times Square.
It's gonna be
In the
great.
summertime, don't let it be like an 80
I'm all
degree
for
day.
it.
You're crazy.
I want to see people yelling "World Star."
I'm gonna tell you who I worry about the most. The people that I worry about the most is the judges and the referee. They gonna be getting bottles thrown at them and everything.
Bro,
Maybe that's a good thing,
that's
D'Frilio.
didn't even think about that.
especially if it's those 3 damn judges that I can't stand. I'm be reckless eyeballing them the whole time. They ain't gonna be able to concentrate. I ain't gonna
You're
do
gonna get
nothing.
that bad ref from Connecticut. What's the guy
Dang,
from
man,
Connecticut?
for
He's
real,
bad. He's
bro.
terrible.
Do not, please, do not. Let me talk about that egg though. Y'all know how funny that is?
Yeah.
Yo, that was ridiculous, bro. That was ridiculous, man. Brian, salute, Brian. I see you. Bro, the story behind it, that's what makes it hilarious. And don't get it twisted, man. This kid, Naju Ben, I was talking about this earlier. Naju Ben, his dad, yo, that cat cheated, bro. That cat cheated. A lot of y'all don't know. He ducked a drug test after that McClellan situation. He passed out in the locker room. He fake passed out in the locker room. He avoided the drug test. He was done in the first round of that fight, and he just rose up like the Undertaker, like nothing fucking happened. You know what I'm saying? And then we had one of the worst accidents in boxing that we've seen, one of them.
And
Mm.
when I heard, I didn't find out till like decades later that he ducked the drug test. And there's a drug that was being pushed in the UK. Nigel Ben was a part of this great gang called the Essex Boys. You could look it up. And that dude, Thomas, you remember dude from the UK that I had on my show, Art Hostage?
Yeah, yes.
He broke down all of that stuff. He was telling me shit I didn't even know. That dude is a gangster. So when his son pops dirty, you know what I mean? I mean, at no point, you know, he had the Manny Pacquiao thing going on. Your head ain't supposed to grow at a certain point in your age, man. This dude's cranium was growing. How do you go to a store and request a size 10 fitted? They don't exist. You understand? You know what I mean? What the fuck? Let me get a 10. He's getting a 10 fitted, man. What's going on? You know what I mean? So this cat is drugged out of his mind. He still don't got a license to fight in his country, right? So this fight is being held somewhere else.
No, he does.
He does now.
Yeah. He's good.
Dude,
he's good.
Eubanks gonna kick his ass all over that ring, bro.
He should.
He's supposed to.
Yeah,
but he's already. But you know what's funny is that I didn't like him talking about like Eubanks is a weirdo, you know, and with him talking about the rehydration clause and all of that, it's like he already built an excuse. Like that was weird for him to do that and say that.
Well,
you know, the way
a couple of years ago, his father himself didn't want to fight because of the weight drain.
Yeah. And he's got a falling out with his own pops. They don't talk.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. I mean, respect to Mr. Eubank, who trained at one point in the Bronx. There's a good documentary on YouTube. Yes, he used to train at John's Boxing Club. John's Gym. Eubanks, both those dudes is weird, man. You know, they're weird. But suddenly I'm interested. I really didn't give a shit. I did not care about this fight until I saw that. I said, yo, goddamn, now I want to watch it. Because
they sold it. He sold the fight right there. He sold it.
Even the press conference, the way Eubanks in the press conference, it seemed like it was almost staged. He's like, don't talk to me, Eddie. You're not part of the show. Like, it was just, you know, I think that was the only way they could sell the fight was for everything to happen at that press conference to happen.
Is
he still working with Roy Jones?
No.
Okay.
No. He's not working with Roy.
We hope he's not. We hope that he's not, because
actually he was working with Bomac, because he was working with Bomac when he won that fight in the rematch with
Smith.
What was it? Liam Smith?
Callum.
Bomac got in trouble.
Well, the
with the
Liams
gun.
and the Callums, they all the same.
Yep.
They all the same. The Liams and the Callums.
He was working with Bomac with that one, so I know he's not with
And he
Roy
looked good.
anymore. I'm not sure.
He looked good with Bomac.
Yeah, he did.
Look good.
You need to stay right there then, because whatever him and Bomac had going, that was a winning formula. And but he's supposed to, you know, tear this Ben cat up. Nigel Ben, I don't trust him. And the apple don't fall far from the tree. This motherfucker said eggs. And I read that. Yo, why when these dudes get caught, they don't ever just say, yo, my bad, I'm sorry.
Bro.
Just say that. I can't
fucked
stand
up.
it.
I fucked up.
They don't feel like they did nothing wrong. That's why.
Yeah.
And the fathers, Eubanks beat him, and they had a draw, right? The fathers.
No, they didn't even get to the fight.
The fathers they fought each other. Eubank and Ben fought Nigel and they fought each other, right?
You're talking about the fathers.
Eubank got the decision.
Out the first fight.
Yeah, and then there was one was a draw.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. You know, I need Nigel Ben and his son to go the hell away. I'm not forgiving them, man. I need them to go away. Nothing's forgiven. And before I bounce, y'all saw this lawsuit, right? The Top Rank.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we about to cook on that and that.
Hey,
some
details. Go ahead, bro. 36 page. The buff is getting, bro. Listen now, Thomas. Y'all know I've been on this whole shit for 5 years.
Yeah.
Everyone calling me a Wilder fanboy, or you just saying that because you know them niggas. Yo, look, I've been telling y'all that everything is dirty over there. Nobody. Why is it that nobody in the States ever mentioned Daniel Kinahan? He's not mentioned on goddamn Clarence, what up? He's not mentioned on ESPN at all. Y'all didn't find that strange? You know what I'm saying? This dude
ran MTK Global. They were taking over. Barry McGuigan over in the UK. He said, all my fighters got hustled. This dude, imagine you got a small gym with a stable of fighters, and then your fighters come to you and say, yo, look, we about to get paid. You only paying us 500, 600 quid. And this dude coming up offering us 10,000. He come take all your fighters. But this dude, you can't do nothing because he's running shit. This dude is a crazy gangster, bro. Guns, drugs, prostitution, all that stuff. Yeah,
Drew, did you see that Shelby Finkel and JB was in on it?
Bro, let me tell you something, bro.
They got named in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something. I got the whole I got it. I was reading it today. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Shelly got some lawyers on it, and there's a couple of things I can't say right now. But bro, I told y'all hear me say time reveals all truth. I told y'all this shit was not going away. How is it that nobody in America is discussing why goddamn Tyson Fury, before he lost to Usyk, why the WBC heavyweight champion is not allowed on American soil? That should have been masterful news. Nobody spoke on that. ESPN ain't spoke on it. Now you're talking about the Buff is talking about, hey, they purposely kept ESPN is claiming that they didn't know that all of that was going on. I'm like, how do you not know? How do you not know that the people you working with is in bed with this drug dealer? And then they put a $5 million bounty on this guy's head. America did. And then Tyson Fury is banned from coming over to the States. And not only that, MTK Global, every fighter over there got the same ban. Josh Taylor was on that no-fly list. He had to fight really hard to say, oh, look, I had nothing to do with that. That's when he came over here and got beat up by Teofimo. All right? That was only then what's her name? But when Clarissa Shield was asking you where she at, we supposed to do the stare down and she didn't show up. She didn't know that she was trying to work her shit out off that ban list. Every fighter that was on MTK Global caught it because of that. And then MTK Global is gone. They're gone. They had a whole stable of fighters. They're all gone. They got caught up in that bullshit. Some of them are still on a no-fly list. I've been talking about this for goddamn going on 5 years. Niggas think I'm crazy. But the shit that I spoke to Tay Jones about, man, there's shit going on. Like I said, I can't talk about everything, but there's shit going on that cats have no idea. And this lawsuit, I think it just dropped Thursday. They filed it Thursday, but this was released yesterday, right? No.
Yeah. It was in the Post yesterday, I think. It showed up in yesterday morning.
Right.
So,
bro,
yeah,
shit's about to hit the fan, bro. Shit's about to hit the fan. Bud went down. Remember the picture I got with Bud and Tyson Fury when he went to Dubai?
Yeah, I saw that.
He shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have did that.
Because you're gonna get questioned. I mean, Bud is not going to get in no trouble. It's just it's going to be a lot is going to get exposed. I honestly don't think anything is going to happen. I mean, I think that guy William Keane is kind of a scumbag too. But he was the one that was kind of, he got done dirty at the end. If they would have paid the guy what they agreed upon, there wouldn't be no lawsuit. You know what I'm saying?
You remember like Martin Carefoot? What happened to him? Remember that? Martin Carefoot. He didn't get his money. He was like, yo, Fury paid me to say that I sold him some uncastrated boar meat, which is the reason why he popped dirty. Then come to find out, he starts snitching because he didn't get his bread. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. They in bed with all these people. When you
Billy Joe Saunders is on there too, I think. He was with them.
Billy Joe Saunders on there. These dudes you ain't paid them their money, they're going to start snitching. And he has all the receipts. He got text messages and all. This is going to get so ugly. And now you're seeing why ESPN didn't re-up with Top Rank, bro.
Well,
yeah, that's definitely.
I was going to ask you, is it irony that the Top Rank ESPN contract, is not going to get renewed, and is this going to affect Top Rank going forward? Because people are just assuming, they're just going to jump on his own. Who wants that mess? And how old is Bob Arum?
Yeah, Turkey's going to take
104 years
over.
old. And plus, is it ESPN with Disney now too?
Right.
Yeah, Disney controls all of it. And that's one of
yeah.
the reasons.
with Disney. That's the reason why they got rid of Top Rank, because of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Right.
But the UFC, I think, is part of this lawsuit too.
They're part of it too.
Well.
Yeah, and that's the reason why that's the reason why ESPN got rid of the UFC as well.
That's right.
They all part of this lawsuit.
It's crazy. This guy Keane.
What do you mean? I need some intel. UFC will not be on ESPN anymore.
That I'm not too sure about. That I'm not too sure. I don't want to say no. I think they will be, but
TKO, because the same company, right?
TKO, yeah, they're saying that runs WWE, right?
I think on the contrary, I think if anyone is going to benefit, because look, ESPN needs content. I think it's going to be TKO is going to benefit, and Dana White has been rumored to be really heavily getting into boxing now, or at least he's going to be the face of it. And with Top Rank,
he's mentioned in the lawsuit, but I don't think he's like mentioned to the degree where he was involved in the conspiracies that they're. He's not involved in a lawsuit to the level in which he could lose his business. He's just around. He might get brought in as a witness for something.
He wouldn't be any stranger, because I remember my guy. What's the motherfucker's name that beat up Connor? Khabib. Khabib's manager is supposed to be a not so nice guy, and and Dana White, of course, with Whitey Bulger. So it wouldn't be nothing new.
Yeah.
Rich says ESPN says slow baseball. Wow.
Oh my God! How do you get rid of MLB?
Yeah, they lost baseball. They lost baseball. Yeah, after this year.
To what? Where baseball going?
MLB Network
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
No,
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon was showing baseball. Peacock, Amazon, Peacock, Apple.
Oh, they just busted.
Apple got more money than everybody.
You're gonna have to have cable and buy apps to watch.
Well, everybody's going with the app route. So
man. But this lawsuit is groundbreaking.
He says Time Warner, maybe.
You're gonna see a lot of heads rolling, and like I said, and guess who was also down in Dubai celebrating that? Y'all may have forgot. Good old Rick Glasser. He was down there bigging up. I still got screenshots.
Yeah.
He's big. He was big.
He was in love with Kinahan.
Oh yeah. I hope he could.
Well, he threw up a tweet. He threw up a tweet a few minutes, like not too long ago, basically saying that the arrogance of Top Rank caught up to them. But
of course he's gonna say that. Of course he's gonna say that.
Man, the dude was down there celebrating Danny Kennedy and talking about he had lunch with him and all kinds of shit. Come on, bro.
He's a clown, man.
I hope he goes. If you know what? Let me not say nothing on the air, man.
Sock, you got to call him up. Sock, you got his number.
If Turk does throw an event in May in Times Square, I just hope Rick Glasser shows up. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you were eating a slice of pizza, right, and you left, and you're not a crust guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He already knows the story. I told him already.
Yeah, that's a real story, bro.
It is, because he's the same guy that told us. Pedro told me.
And someone said, "You gonna eat that?" What would you think of a dude?
Yo, bro, you remember?
Nobody likes him,
bro. You remember Chinese Connection when Bruce Lee did the kick on Mr. Suzuki at the end?
Mm-hmm.
He knocked him through the window.
That's right.
Yo, listen, let me tell you how disgusting this dude is. At the weigh-in, Garcia and Haney, right? I'm backstage, and I said, "Oh, there go Roy Jones. Let me go holler at him." And when I walked close, I saw Rick standing there looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but a fat version with sunglasses on. And I just walked right past him. I said, I don't even want to be near this dude. Everything about him sucks. Right? Everything about him sucks. This dude is ridiculous, and I didn't know he was that fat, and he lost weight. You know what I'm saying? How you gotta whatever, man. I could roast this dude.
It's funny that
25
I've never
straight.
met a person or spoken to a person that said anything good about this guy. Everybody that we've spoken to that had an interaction with him never has anything nice. Rich Mancuso, I'm sure he's spoken to him. Ice Scully told us a couple of stories what he did. I mean, nobody seems to like this guy. Like, I mean, Pedro doesn't like him. Like,
man, you know, I wanted to slap those glasses off his head. I really did, because he's not a likable person. He's not. I don't know why people keep him around, man. This dude is a fucking idiot.
I think he works with Golden Boy a little bit, right? I think he works with Oscar.
I think he needs to, you know, I think I'm gonna eat a slice of pizza and throw the crust at him to see if he eat it. Bastard sinner.
So
fuck you.
Will this be the end of Top Rank boxing? That's a good question. Right? Moving forward in 2020, in 2026, we'll be talking about Top Rank.
I think so. I mean, the lawsuit is what, $25 million, but who knows what else will come out of it? That doesn't seem like a lot.
Rank,
you know,
Top Rank going to end up going over there with Turkey. They're going to end up going over there with Turkey.
I think so too.
Listen, I think so. I don't know how many fighters they got, but you remember? Okay, the MTK Global fighters. Man, a lot of them ended up in different places, right? I think the same thing's going to happen here. Their main guns at Top Rank, they're going to end. I don't know. You remember when Pride FC folded and Dana White took their main guns and he honored the rest of their contracts and then re-signed them? I think the same thing is going to happen.
But the thing is, Top Rank has nothing but young fighters, really. They got only, they don't really have veteran fighters. Most of their fighters are pretty much young, mid-20 guys, or younger guys they just signed. So it'd be interesting to see what would happen. Most of they don't really have a pay-per-view guy, a pay-per-view star. Most of their guys are young.
You're right. Their roster is stocked with the blue chip prospects. I mean,
the 25 and under.
Yeah, right? I mean, Sean Davis, Mason, Vargas. I mean, those three right there, could be the future of the sport.
Yeah, even the heavyweights, the three heavyweights, even though Jared is kind of on his way out, but Jared, Richard Torres, Ali, those are young guys.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Shakur, I mean not Shakur, Keyshawn Davis, they got Xander, they just signed Wanma's son. They got
Abdullah Mason.
They just signed Jan Santana, another young kid from DR. Brian Norman Jr. It's like all the guys they have is like around 25 and younger. I don't know anybody that's over 25.
To me, in my opinion,
probably and maybe Oshaki. I think Oshaki's up there, but
I mean, in my opinion, they're still the premier promotion. I mean, there's nobody better than Top Rank. They have, obviously they had the big platform, in ESPN to showcase their talent, but nobody used to bring a prospect from A to B to C to D to E like Top Rank.
Yeah, but once they get to a certain level, it stops. They don't take them. They don't really make pay-per-view stars anymore out of anybody. They take it once they get to a certain level, they're gone. They just lost Shakur, right? Mm-hmm. They brought him up from the Olympics. He's gone, right? What's going to happen when these guys, they become champions or when their contract ends?
You think Top Rank's going to get out the business?
Yeah. Well, Tom, I lost Oscar De La Hoya, who is a much bigger star than Shakur will ever be. I lost Floyd. So who the fuck is Shakur?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yo, you think Top Rank's like looking to get out the business? This is like closing the door, and it's like, whatever happens, take these few guys, these 10, 11 guys, and I'm gonna close the door. You think Bob Arum, rather than give the ship to a lineage, somebody in his family, you think he'll just crash the fucking ship and say, look, I'm about to be dead in like 2 years, so fuck this, I'm out. You think
they got his son-in-law, and then Goodman? Goodman's the other guy, right? Goodman is kind of like the face. You know, he's like the vice president, right?
Yeah, but you getting it in the midst of this lawsuit now. I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, this is some serious stuff.
Yeah.
And we forgot to mention the two best fighters that they have a relationship with, which is Nakatani and the best fighter in the world, Inoue.
Yeah, you're the worst. I swear to God. He does this in a purpose.
What are you talking about?
Inoue is the best fighter in the
Argue
world.
with me.
Huh?
Number one. The 130. How much is he weighing, motherfucker? Godzilla.
He's at 122.
Oh, you talking about Monster anyway?
Yeah, he's at 122.
We go
122.
Yeah.
I call him annoying.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah, you heard Tank's camp when they asked him what fight he would want to see Tank with. You heard him say Inui, right? You heard him say that. I got the video.
Yeah.
I'm about to do a video on it next week after Roach gets the shit knocked out of him, because that's what's going to happen. I hope not. I hope we get a Hasim Rahman, Lennox Lewis 1 in Africa. I hope we get one of those, but we're not.
Roach is a good fighter, man.
You know what I say about Roach? You know what I say about Roach that no one's even considering? Win or lose, Roach fought his contemporaries. You notice that? Roach fought his contemporaries. So I think it's going to be closer. But I just think Tank closes the distance on him and stops him. But I hope I'm absolutely wrong, and I'm on here tomorrow giving him an apology. That's what I'm hoping.
I hope you're wrong too. But I think Tank is gonna end it when he wants to end it. It's a matter of how long he wants to let the fight last, in my opinion.
Lord, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
Roach is a good fighter, though. I mean, Roach. I remember Roach. Roach is not a new guy.
But Sock, you said it. If you didn't say it, Sock, you said it in a way. He barely beat Hector Garcia, who was out of shape in that fight. Come on, seriously. and he lost to Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring,
that's a common opponent, right? That's a common opponent.
No. He didn't fight. Tank number 4.
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah. Garcia is a common opponent. Who beat Garcia better?
Tank.
Well, Roach.
Tank made that man go blind and lose memory.
Garcia said, "Fuck this shit."
that man was blind and he lost his memory.
D-Free, I don't know if you remember it. Drew, you didn't hear it. Sock Dominican, right? Sock criticizes the Dominican fighters, and he says it all the time. He says once they get a little bit of money, it's over for them. And we all know this. You said that about Garcia. You said that, look at this guy. He came out of sheet disgusting when the fight was happening. You said it in the live. There's no reason why he should have lost to Roach, but he came in. He already got paid, and he got destroyed by Tank. It's kind of suspect because he got blinded or whatever, but he beat him better.
Listen,
that man went back to the corner.
There's one Dominican peso for I think well, I mean the beautiful thing about YouTube, this is like in the archives forever, right? So as of February 28th, I think it's $1 Dominican for 50 American. Let that sink in.
So I'm rich.
You guys got some good fighters now, though, because you got
$50 and be a king.
Yeah, you go to absolutely.
I need to stay Fuck that. I heard some weird shit down there. I'm like, nah, y'all done scared me away from it.
The only thing about I like Roach. I think Roach is a decent fighter, but I got the same vibe that I got from Frank Martin. When they had that last press conference for Frank Martin, I got that same vibe. It was like Tank was sitting there. He was nonchalant, and he pretty much he sized Lamont Roach up the same way he did Frank Martin. And Lamont Roach pretty much was saying the same thing Frank was saying. I'm like, I got the same vibe. I think it's going to be close early, and then Tank going to say, okay, this dude can't hurt me, and he's going to walk him down and start beating him up.
Do you know what I'm hoping for, though? Here's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it's a Tarver Jones situation where it's like once you mention Roy, Tarver took his shit to a level that we ain't seen him. He ain't get like that with no one else. He ain't get like that with B-Hop. You know what I'm saying? He ain't turn up on Glenn Koff Johnson. But whenever he fought Roy, Tarver was somewhere else in his brain.
Yeah.
And it showed in his performance.
I think that second fight, Tarver kind of landed. I don't want to say a lucky punch, but it was, I don't know.
Bro, he trained for that. Yeah. You know how I know he trained for that? Because he threw it with his head down. He knew where Roy was going to be. And he just threw that shit. And Roy was well scouted for that. And he just threw it, bro. I watched that shit over and over.
I got to watch it again because I remember watching it in the beginning. I was in the Foxwoods when that happened. And I loved it.
He threw that punch and he just knew it was going to be there. It's similar to when Oliver McCall knocked out Lennox Lewis. Me and Stormy talk about that. Stormy pointed out he was told to throw the punch at his chest because Lewis does something at that time. He did something very it was predictable. And he threw it like twice, right? And Lennox didn't pick up on it. When he threw it that last time, chest level, Lewis' chin was right there. And he was well scouted for that. So it was a similar thing.
It could be because I just remember because I remember the first round. I thought Roy was beating his ass in that first round.
Yeah, Roy was dominant.
In that first round, it's the second fight. The first round, because I thought Tarver won the first fight, right? And then of course my boy Tyrone always disagrees with me. But the second fight, Roy was winning that first round and real easy too. That's why I was like, it was kind of like when Sergio knocked out Paul Williams. Like he had his head down and just the perfect punch, and he kind of did not look when he landed on Paul Williams.
Yeah, this was similar, but the bottom line is Tonio always had his number. And I'm just hoping that we start seeing a level to Lamont Roach that we ain't seen before. Also, remember when Eric Morales fought Nazim? I mean, what was it? Not Nazim. What am I talking about? What's his name?
Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera.
No. The black dude.
That's he's from Philly. Zaire
Rahim. That was supposed to be a showcase fight for Morales, and Rahim boxed his head in. And if you look at because it's on YouTube, if you look, Manny Pacquiao and I think was it Marquez sitting in the front row, and you hear this motherfucker saying, "Yo, I doubt anyone wants a piece of Rahim because he was too good of a boxer." He was too good of a boxer. I'm hoping we get one of those moments where Tank is, because Tank loses rounds. I hope we turn around and it's like round 10 and Tank is like getting washed on the cars, and he starts taking risks, but you heard Tank say that this dude got sneaky power. Look, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I got Tank winning, but I need a Tank L. I need this shit to be shaken up. L.
I don't think that's why D3 and Sock were kind of like saying that there's going to be kind of competitive, and they say Roach is better because they both like Tank.
Roach is decent. He's not a bum.
No, Roach is. I seen Roach fight many times in the amateurs and in the pros because I'm out here in DC, so I've seen him fight.
He's not a bum. I don't think he's a bum. I don't want to say that. I don't call any fighters bum, but he beat a guy that's not that good. He beat that Irish kid that I've seen twice here in New York. Right? He's nothing at all. Right? So that was like kind of like a practice. But the Garcia fight, that was not the best Hector Garcia that he fought.
The only thing that I will say is I think Roach still believes Tank is the same fighter he was when they fought in the amateurs. And if he thinks that, he's going to get beat up because Tank is much better than what he was in the amateur, and Roach is much better than what he was in the amateurs too. But I don't think Tank think of Roach the same way Roach think of Tank. I think Tank believes that Roach is a better fighter. I think.
Now here's what I'm gonna add to you.
The same.
D3. Here's what I'm gonna add though, and Stormy mentioned this earlier. Is he better than Frank Martin? And I'm gonna say,
I don't think.
Well, listen. Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say he's better than Frank Martin. What I am gonna say is he's fought his contemporaries. Look at the resume. He's fought people around him. He didn't win them all, and he had tough fights. But the experience level, I think he has more experience than Frank Martin going into this fight. Would you agree?
Maybe.
He's been busier, maybe. I mean, than Frank Martin going into the fight.
I would say maybe because Frank Martin fought people around his level. The
He
only
fought
person
Michelle
that was
Rivera and who else?
No, I'm
the
saying
guy that Shakur
Michelle.
fought.
I would say Michelle Rivera was above Frank Martin's level at the time that Frank Martin fought him. I think
Yeah.
Frank Martin fought more people that was around his level, and then when he fought Michelle Rivera, that was above his level, and it took him to another level. But I mean, outside of that, he didn't really fight anybody else on that
He
level.
fought the guy that Shakur fought, Artem, whatever, the guy that
he
ruled
gave
Shakur.
Artem his first loss.
And
he
dropped.
gave Artem his first loss.
He gave his first, so he
But
dropped
in
him
that
too.
fight, that fight, it was kind of shaky because I thought Artem arguably could have won that fight if he wouldn't have got dropped.
If he didn't get dropped, because Frank definitely won the last 2 rounds, I think it was. Yeah, that was it was a close fight. Like he did give him some trouble.
Could have won that fight.
Yeah.
But I would say that Lamont Roach, me personally, skill wise, I don't think he's better, and I don't think he has that power that Tank had to worry about with Frank Martin, because Frank Martin is a bigger puncher than Lamont Roach. I think Frank Martin is faster than quicker than Lamont Roach as well. But the one thing that I think that Frank Martin had going against him that Lamont Roach doesn't was the weight. Frank Martin was pretty much weight drained because he should have been at 140. He stayed at 135 a little bit too long. He should have been at 140. And Lamont Roach is coming up in weight. Now, he has fought at 35 about 5 or 6 times prior to this fight. So he's used to fighting at 35, or he's familiar with fighting at 35, I should say. He's familiar fighting at 35, but he still hasn't fought nobody on the level of a Tank Davis as far as experience-wise, power, and quickness. He hasn't fought anybody on that level. So, I mean,
he's going to get
it's going to be an interesting fight. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight.
Frank Martin hasn't fought since, right?
Nope.
No,
that's a lie. Nope. He has. You didn't see him in that video when he got into that little brawl?
Oh, yeah, when he got into the fight in the streets, yeah. Then he got to the fight in the street, yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with y'all. But yeah, now he got into that little thing. But he hasn't fought since that.
I don't see Roach winning. I just hope I'm wrong, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, the only way I see Roach winning it's only 2 ways that Roach can win this fight. If somehow he can stay away from Tank's power and outbox him for 12 rounds, he can win maybe on the scorecards, but it has to be convincing, because I don't think they're just going to give it to Frank Martin. It got to be convincingly. I don't think he could do a Shakur versus De Los Santos and win against Tank Davis. Or he has to land a lucky shot and somehow knock Tank Davis down or knock him out. And the problem is Tank Davis got a chin. We've seen him get touched on the chin, and he walked through it. So I don't know if he has the power to be able to catch Tank Davis and hurt him.
Y'all heard that?
I don't know if it means anything. This guy who has kind of been a disappointment as a professional, Julian Hammerhands from New Jersey, put out a clip where he dropped Tank in the amateurs. I think it just smells like clout chasing.
Yeah.
But last week, are we going to talk about it a little bit? You know, with Bivol and Beterbiev and
yeah, we didn't get to talk about last week. I mean, we're always late.
Last week, let's talk about the moving forward. You know, I don't mean to hijack the show, but I'm just saying, you know, Shakur. You know, your thoughts on Shakur and moving forward. You know, he fought a last minute replacement. Schofield, he looked like he was on his deathbed. The next day, he's doing burpees. What the fuck is that about? You know, I mean, you talk about asshole of the year, is it the son or the father for whipping up on his girlfriend?
So, Jesus Christ, Jesus, I didn't even know you were gonna
He
say
can't
that.
beat me.
I would say
He can't beat me.
I would say
I don't give a fuck.
it's the
He
father.
can't fight.
I would say it's
He
the
can't beat
father
me.
in both cases.
He can't
I
beat
would say
me.
it's the father for I would say it's the father for both cases because
Pussy.
the father was the one that pulled up. He the one that whooped on the girl. His
Yeah,
father
he's
is
a
also
pussy.
the one that pulled. Is also the one that pulled out all these lies. I would say it's the father in both cases.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo.
His father should have pulled
Yeah,
up.
it's like that's too gente, man. What's wrong with you? That's your
He's a
people.
pussy. He's a pussy.
He
He
can't
can't beat me.
he can't whoop
He
me.
he 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 he, he, he can come to Bronchester Boxing Club. He want to prove me wrong. Can't beat me.
But you know what, Jose made a good point last week, and I didn't pick up on it. He said that something's weird
It was
because
set up.
they told them to leave. Like they did. Nobody ever said what's wrong. Daniel Dubois, we don't even know what's wrong with him. They
Bro,
told him
but the
to leave.
next day, but my brother, the
The
next
next day,
day, this nigga's posting videos on Instagram doing
what I'm
burpees.
trying to say is that they didn't want to leave. They wanted to still fight, supposedly. That the British boxing whatever committee
Yeah,
they told
the
them to
British
leave.
boxing
He's like,
the British Boxing Association they
yeah.
pulled him
I
out of
just
the
find. I
fight.
mean, it was a good point Jose made that they got this guy Padley and he was on weight too. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know, that was
That man and that man was on weight. That
on
man
weight.
literally on weight.
and he fought
Yeah.
well. I mean, he fought well. He gave a good showing.
That it
He
kind
went
of looked
around,
like
but
they had it already. They already had Padley planned to come take the fight. Because I just find it hard to believe that this man is working an electrician job, and all of a
And
sudden you get
it
a
was on
phone
weight.
call
It's
that you
like they
got to
already
fight,
knew.
and
Yeah.
you
Well,
on weight.
that's called being professional. When you do this for a living, right, or a portion of a living, that means you're always supposed to be within 5 pounds of your target weight. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but
you
this
know,
man
he got
was
his ass whooped.
135 exactly.
I
I
just
can
I don't know. I
understand
just
it.
find it kind
I
of
can
weird.
understand if he was like 138, 137, something like that.
But
If he was a little bit
you
overweight, I'd
know
be like,
ahead of
okay, you know what?
time. You know ahead of time. Yo, listen, this fight is lined up. We'll let you know a month in advance. This fight's lined up, and if anything happens, you might get a call. So
Yeah,
he
that's
probably
true
more than
too.
likely just hung out around that weight.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean? And he got the
maybe,
call. Like, oh shit, I got a
maybe.
call.
But yo,
I
Drew,
mean,
and then
yeah.
and Drew and D Free, because both of you guys. So Drew, 78 has Schofield's number, right? The father, and I think
Yeah.
BVO has the number too. They both had him.
Yeah.
Has he tried to do any interviews?
I don't know. I know
I don't
Marco
know if
spoke to
BBO.
him.
Well, BBO. I mean, when he did text BBO and he was supposed to come to the show and do an interview, I'm not sure if he's still coming or what's going on.
Marco did an
But
interview. I didn't watch it yet though.
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna ask BBO what's going on with that because he did text BBO when the whole thing went down. He texted BBO and BBO actually put it in the chat. The whole text message. He said, "Man, there's some bull," and he was the one that said that they poisoned my son. He was like, "Man, they
they
poisoned my
stole his
son."
passport, right?
This, this,
Did they
I'm
steal
like,
his? Did they steal his nigga's passport?
yeah,
He's a bozo.
I
He's a fucking clown. He's a fucking
don't,
clown. Put that nigga face to face. He's a fucking clown. He's a clown. He's a clown.
Jesus, I know.
He's
I
a
remember
fucking clown.
the next fight we're
my
making.
whole thing, but going back to the fight, my whole thing is I'm not even. I'm not. I'm more so.
Yo, Thomas, check your text.
Shakur got problems. Shakur got problems, dog. His hand is
Well,
never
yes,
going to be
that's
never going to be the same.
good
And
point. Yes.
this man is saying he only wants to fight Tank Davis when his hand is 100% healed. Well, your hand is never going to be 100% healed. Your
Wow.
grandfather already came out and said your hand has been messed up for the last 7 fights, and that was prior to the fight you just had on last Saturday. He said your hand's been messed up for the last 7 fights. So your hand is never going to be 100% healed. So do you really want the fight with Tank Davis, or are you giving us an excuse ahead of time of the reason why you're not going to fight Tank Davis? But even
Well, I
still,
mean,
he's going to have problems.
He's gonna be a twice-a-year fight. He's gonna be a twice-a-year fighter, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, and if we remember, I mean, this is Floyd Mayweather when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, when he wasn't getting paid, what he was getting, when he was still top ranked, he had those hand issues, and he wound up fixing his hands by getting cortisone injections.
Yeah, the injections.
Yeah,
So
but that was only legal in Vegas.
correcto.
Yeah, but
Correctamundo.
Floyd could hit, and especially when he was Pretty Boy, he had pop because he fought some good competition, and he was hurting guys, and he was
another
stopping
thing
guys.
is too.
Shakur
Another
wasn't.
thing is too. Shakur doesn't have the money that Floyd had at that time. Shakur don't have that type of money. So
Yeah, but I don't know any shots in the world is going to help Shakur get any more power in his hands, bro. I mean,
no, I'm not even talking about the power. I'm just talking about him being able to fight with the bad hands, because it's 3 fights in a row that we know of that he had hand problems. 3 fights in a row. So, and then, like I said, his grandfather already let the hat out the bag. His hand's been messed up for the last 7 fights, now 8.
yeah, some fighters are unlucky, I guess. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Speaking of hand problems, Shiraz and Adamas, who won that fight?
Man,
Oh, we already know.
man,
Adames,
because
that was a robbery.
Carlos Adonis won that fight. And I picked Shiraz. I picked Shiraz to win that fight, but Carlos Adonis won that fight hands down.
Yeah, I picked Adames. That was a joke.
When I saw Turkey go to the judge and get the damn score, and then go to the corner and say, "Hey, you down 2 points." I'm like, "Dog, what the? He's doing this on live TV. We can, dog, do you know we can see you? We literally can see you do this."
We all love turkey, but that was bad turkey. That was cold turkey. That was cold turkey.
Yeah, that was. Real quick, because I'm about to end it. Drew, remember I brought up the. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Yeah, we brought up. We're gonna. You want to come with us because Saka's gonna go. We're gonna go to was it Nutley, New Jersey, right, for the Bobby Ches thing with the little the fundraiser they're doing. Because I told him about it. Yeah, and
March,
I think Clarence might go too, if I'm not mistaken. So
and what day
that's a good cause.
I think it falls on a Sunday.
Yes. Hopefully, we'll get an interview on for one of the guys that's organizing the fundraiser. Hopefully, next week or so.
Okay. Yeah, you already spoke to him, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know when to hit up Ice yet. I want to see what's Ice thoughts on the fight. Maybe I'll hit him during the week for next week too. So
Well, let me get our panel's thoughts. Who was the decision correct?
I didn't think so.
I don't like the fact that they're not trying to let Arthur run it back again. The WBC already came out and said that they're going to mandate David Benavidez to fight Bivol. They don't care about them running it back a third time.
Coincidentally, now the WBC wants to mandate Benavidez for somebody. That is fucking insane, right? They don't want to mandate him versus Canelo, but they'll mandate him for now versus Bivol. That's crazy. It's too much.
But is the trilogy bigger than the fucking WBC? I think so.
Yeah.
I think the trilogy is bigger because you got to have a clear winner. They won one.
Right.
It's not like a guy got knocked out. Ain't neither one of them got knocked out. Neither one of them got knocked down. So you got to have a clear winner. Who's the better guy? Right now, they even.
I hope the trilogy, in my opinion, I hope the trilogy happens the next fight. But we've seen trilogies that guys have fights in between. Like Ali and Frazier. The trilogy didn't happen 3 straight fights. Morales and Barrera, same thing. So, to me, I think it's better if it happens straight because of Better Be His age.
I think it's best that they do it right away.
I want to see the trilogy, but I want it for the belts because I think if Bivol faced David Benavidez, I don't think Bivol beats David Benavidez. And if they have the trilogy, it's not going to be for the belts.
I would favor Benavidez to beat Bivol, but I don't think Benavidez would beat Beterbiev because I think Beterbiev I mean Benavidez is going to do what Beterbiev does best, and I don't think he's
Yeah,
got
he's going to
enough
come at him.
weight. Right.
He's not going to
I
move
don't think he's got
around like
enough
before.
strength.
He's going to come at him.
Yeah. Bivol fought a great fight. You know, and it's funny. In the middle of the fight, he turned it around. I thought, like in the sixth, seventh round, I was like, "Fuck," Beterbiev was about to stop him. He did a 360, and he really fought a good fight. I don't have a problem with the decision. You know, I thought
Yeah, I didn't
Beterbiev
have a
won,
problem
but
with the decision.
you know, but I can see. Yeah, I hope it happens
I
again.
kind of had a
You know,
feeling. I kind of had a feeling it might went down like this. I was thinking that maybe Arthur would get the knockout, but I kind of had a feeling that if it went to the scorecards, they were going to give it to Bivol, whether it was him winning it comfortably or if it was a close fight. I had a feeling they was going to give it to Bivol because they wanted him to win last time, and so I
Yeah.
had a feeling if it
correct.
went to the cards, they was going to give it to him.
Well,
But
Beterbiev
I
let
feel
him
the
off
same
still
way.
think it should.
He had him hurt. Even I think you could hear Ice screaming at him too, like to get him. Like he had him hurt, but I think he let him off the hook. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I still had Beterbiev winning the fight. The commentary was so terrible
Me
in that
too.
fight too. It's so bad.
Uh, Ortiz, and talk to me about Ortiz and
Madrimov.
Oh,
yes,
I, I,
Ortiz was my surprise of the night. He was my surprise of the night.
yeah,
I
D3
did not
D3
see
was
him
questioning my
boxing
scoring in
like
that
that.
fight.
what was your
Yeah,
scoring?
no.
I thought Virgil won. I thought Virgil won like 10 rounds out of the 12. I thought he
No,
dominated.
I thought Virgil won clean. I had an 8-4.
I had a 9-3 at the end of the fight. It was
But you
9-3
questioned
Turki.
my scoring. I gave Virgil like 5 of the first 6 rounds, and you was like, how? And you had it like 3-3. There's no way. You was clowning me.
I had it 3-3. I had it 3-3, and then Virgil went on a straight run from round 6 to round 12 was all Virgil. It was all Virgil.
Yeah, I
Round
mean,
6
he
to
was
round 12.
dominant. I was very impressed with him. The people were saying that it was close. I think Marky Dan was saying that he had Madrimov off after like 6 or 7. I was like, you guys are nuts. You know, I was very impressed with
they was tripping. Yeah, Marky Dan was tripping. Marky Dan and Prize, they both was tripping.
They were
like,
questioning
no,
my scoring. I was like,
5-4. I'm like, I don't know what y'all got. I'm writing them down.
Yeah, I thought it was an easy fight to score too. So they was like, it's close.
I think Virgil Ortiz. I mean, I mean, a lot of people are questioning. You know, was he going to beat Madrimov based off of his last fight? Virgil Ortiz is that guy at 54. I really do. I think he's the best 54 there is. He showed a lot of.
I don't know if he
showed a lot of skill.
I don't know if he beat Bakaram though. I don't know if he beat him. That the way he beat Tim Tszyu.
Belichick?
I don't know though.
No, the guy that beat Tim Tszyu.
Oh,
the dude that beat Tim Tszyu. I don't know if Virgil beat him. I mean, I would love to see it. I just said I don't know. Virgil could very well beat him, but the way he beat Tim Tszyu in 2 rounds, I don't know.
Tim Tszyu just wasn't prepared for that fight. I mean, he probably would lose again if he fought him, but I don't think he loses like that. I think he didn't know what he was going in the ring with.
I think Tim Tszyu didn't realize how big that dude was going to be. Dude looked like he was a 168-pound fighter. He was huge. I was like, oh, is this 154? Is this 168? Dude, he's towering over Tim Tszyu. Man, Tim Tszyu got hit with 2 shots. He was like, nah, I don't want to fight him no more.
I'll tell you, it's kind of a feel. I feel bad for Tim Tszyu. Like he was starting to grow on me too. I was starting to like him too because he was calling out fighters. He wanted to fight the top guys, but I think we might have seen him peaked. I think that was the best we're going to see him, and unfortunately, his team robbed him of the Fundora, and the Fundora fight. They didn't stop that fight, and I think he's peaked. I don't think you're going to see a better Tim Tszyu. I think that's the best.
I agree.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
I don't know
that's
what
it.
I don't know what his team was thinking of not stopping that fight. I'm like,
Terrible.
Yeah,
no,
they were
stop the
supposed to
fight.
protect the bread, man. They fucked it
Yep.
up.
They fucked up the bag.
But it was
Because
like they set it up.
They could have stopped it on, and in the 5th round, Tim Tszyu was winning.
Yeah, after 4, I had him. It was probably the worst case scenario, 2-2. After 4, they could have stopped it, and that was it. But that was bad. But it was the odds were against them in that fight too, because it's unfortunate the cut, but they substitute Fundora, right? So he had to go in with with a guy he didn't prepare for. I mean, I don't know how much time he had, when because he was supposed to fight Thurman, So I think that's it. I mean, he's peaked. And like I said, he was starting to grow on me too. And that's a tough division. 154 is stacked. So
Yeah.
Sox guys there, Drew's guy. I think both of you guys like the same guy, Conwell. I think you both guys are really high on Conwell. Sox. Conwell. You've been talking about Conwell for some time too. So
I think Conwell's very good.
Yeah,
I think you and Conno Loco were the two that told me about Conwell first.
I think the only thing that scared Conwell is the inactivity. Inactivity matters.
So, but he's not. I mean, now he's signed with De La Hoya. I mean, he had promotion issues.
Who
I think.
The fuck signs with De La Hoya? That's frustrating the hell out of me.
Who's what?
Who the fuck signs with Oscar De La Hoya? That is frustrating the hell out of me. Fucking cross-dresser.
You want to get on clapback, nigga?
Hell yeah, right? Clapback got Drew Titan.
Yo,
man, I wish he would.
He cooked my boy Joe Rogan.
Oh, he cooked Joe Rogan. He really did. That was
my God. We should end the show with that shit. That shit was hilarious.
He cooked Dana White too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he still, takes that white stuff. I think it's obvious.
Listen, I'm not trying to get sued. Mayonnaise.
Anyway, man, it's late. I think that's it. We didn't even talk about the Elimination Chamber. Who you got winning the Chamber? Cena's winning?
Shit.
So bad.
I don't even know who in it.
It's either Cena or Punk, but it's interesting. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to watch that instead of freaking the tank card. I'm watching the fucking.
Well, it should end before the main event.
Before the main event, yeah. So I mean, I'll try to watch the Ryo fight, Ryo and Russell.
Who won the Royal Rumble? I didn't even see who won the Royal Rumble.
Because you're not with it. You're not with it, man. What's wrong with you, man? Jey Uso. Jey Uso won it, which was a swerve. Nobody saw that coming. So the women's Elimination Chamber, nobody knows who's going to win that. I think Bianca Belair is going to win, and then they're going to find a way to get Naomi to kind of ruin it for her, and then bring in this girl because she's been out. So I think they're going to turn.
Something's going to happen. I think Naomi is the one that hit her with the car.
Yeah, I think they're going to turn her heel and start a rivalry. But I think Belair wins because I can't see any of the other girls winning. I think they messed up that whole thing. They should have had Charlotte fight
Roxanne.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley. They should have had to do that. So
I don't know what the fuck is going on in life.
Oh, you don't watch? You haven't been watching wrestling, Drew?
No, I haven't watched wrestling since when was the last time I watched wrestling?
What up, Clarence?
Something funny happened.
What up? What's up, fellas?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Howdy.
Ain't shit. What up?
The smallest man in New York
City. Yo, D free. We ain't gonna start this shit at 1:42 in the goddamn morning, okay?
Drew, they stay messing with D free stay messing with Clarence, man.
I told D free I'm gonna be glad one day when he get up to brush his teeth and his fucking teeth fall out of his mouth right in the damn sink. I can't wait for that shit happen.
Jesus Christ.
That shit sound painful.
Clarence, you didn't go to the weigh-in today?
Hell no, man. I didn't go today. I couldn't go. I had a I had a parenting class. I had to teach, so I couldn't go. Couldn't
Yo,
do it.
Stock, how
So.
do we get credentials for Ofasio's fight, man?
Good question.
You got the hookup with because the Campbell, he's the matchmaker, right?
How do you? I mean, I'd have to find out who's handling the media. I mean, I guess you could hit up Ray Campbell. He's a matchmaker. Shout out to my brother, Ray Campbell.
Oh yeah, Ray Campbell. Yeah.
Did you help Ofasio get that fight?
No, that was all him. Well, I mean, you know, we were trying to get on another card, but April 11th is is enough time to sell enough tickets.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, but I just thought because he was supposed to be, they had told him he was going to be on the St. Patrick's card, and then for whatever reason it fell through. I just thought when I saw him on this card in Queens, and that I saw that the matchmaker was Campbell, I thought maybe you might have made
I'd
the call.
still fuck the shit out of Lisa.
Who?
Lisa.
And Cole Jan?
Yeah.
Lisa and Cole Jan?
I'd bust her ass right now.
She's age well, and this is the right time because you know she can't have no kids at this age.
Yo. Wow. So that card for April 11th is real nice.
Yo, you're wild, bro.
Sock is a wild dude, man.
Yo, Sock is wild, man.
It used to be.
Jeez.
He can't beat me. He can't beat me.
On business. On business.
Y'all
business.
On
business.
Damn.
Hook it up.
I gotta drop a stinky load. That's crazy.
Good luck with that.
That was crazy. Farted. That shit was dumb loud. That shit said "bang." Echo.
Yeah, that's
that. Wake up. That shit sound like a straight gunshot.
That's that Bronx shit. That's that Bronx shit.
It was like,
yo, man, I think that's it. It's a wrap for me too, man.
Niggas ain't duck when you heard that.
Y'all are sick. Y'all are sick, man.
Now. That shit was straight beef right there.
It's time for y'all to go to sleep.
Yo, guys, man, I'll catch you guys later, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. Man. I appreciate everybody that came through today too, man. You guys have a great night.
All right. Later.